Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome to Game Day with Heavy Cardboard, where we teach, play, and discuss medium and heavy strategy board games, war games, 18xx. I'm your host, Edward Uhler. Happy to be joined today by my partner and a good friend of ours,
Jess.
Ken.
All right, today we're bringing y'all Sierra West, designed by Johnny Pat Canton, and published by Board and Dice. Board and Dice also very kindly provided us with this review copy of the game, also sponsored the playthrough, both of which allowed us to bring tonight's stream to y'all. So thanks to Rainer, who is in chat if you have any questions, and to everybody else over at the Board and Dice crew. So welcome, everybody watching live around the world, as well as after the fact. Before we get started, a big thank you to our 741 patrons who helped make all of this possible. Thank you, thank you, thank you. A special shout out to Michelle Cobb. Say thanks for being a patron and supporting the show. Quick reminder, if you guys enjoyed the stream tonight, don't forget to like and subscribe down below. If you want to go one step further, get perks for yourself, as well as benefit the show, and see your number represented up there, you can go to pledgehc.com and support the show there. So, Board and Dice and Sierra West. This is going to be available at Gen Con, so see it before you can buy it. Or something like that, right?
Exactly
Pretty much.
it, yeah.
We're going to be, and here actually, you guys are going to be the first to hear this. We're actually going to be doing a series during Gen Con called Playing Through Gen Con, which is going to feature a number of games that are getting released at Gen Con, since we're not going to be at Gen Con. We thought this would be a better idea. So, this kind of is starting off that series of games. So, hey, you get to be the first. Welcome aboard. So, Sierra West, we originally played this at Gamma Trade Show. We saw this from the Board and Dice guys and could not talk much about it. But it's a very cool little multi-use card tableau builder, sort of moving tracks, recipe fulfillment, worker placement. A whole lot of those things go into this, I think.
Big words.
There's a lot, but it's relatively simple mechanically in how it works, but we're about to go through all of that. So, that said, you ready?
Yes.
You ready?
Let's do it.
Hopefully y'all ready, because I'll be honest, y'all are on a 20-second delay, so we're just going to assume you said yes. So, that said, let's go ahead and get into Sierra West.
In the late 1840s, thousands of pioneers headed out west to seek wealth and opportunity. Many of these brave souls traveled by wagon over the Sierra Nevada mountain range into what would soon become the Golden State of California. In the game Sierra West, you are an expedition leader who must guide a party of rough and ready pioneers, employing a clever mix of strategy and tactics with each step.
All right. So, now, Sierra West comes with 4 different modes or modules, as I'm going to reference them, to play. There's Apple Hill, there's Boats and Banjos, there's Gold Rush, and there's Outlaws and Outposts. Now, each time you play the game, you're going to choose one of these modules to play. Today, we chose Outlaws and Outposts. Honestly, part of the reason is it was new to us, and we hadn't played it. Plus, I don't think it's been shown anywhere. So we thought that would be a good one to show off to y'all. And some of the flavor text was, badges? We don't need no stinking badges. Or, badgers, for that matter. Dangerous outlaws have taken a foothold in the nearby mountains. You and other pioneers must stop them from threatening your cabins and wagons. In this module, you will need guns and ammo to capture the most wanted and turn them in for rewards. All right? And I should point out, this is not a prototype. This is actually the final edition. This is, everything you see here is a actual production copy. All right? So what are you guys looking at here on the board? And let me back up. Before I get into that, I want to stress that what I'm going to do, I'll talk about that later. Let's just go over the basic board out here. So we have the mountain base here, and then the mountain cards. Now, these various cards that you're going to be able to add to your own personal deck for use as the game goes along, Now, each player also has a frontiersman, or frontierswoman as it would be, who will assist in acquiring these mountain cards. So we're going to basically be tearing up this mountain as we go along, flipping these cards over, and then retrieving them either to put them down below or into our own deck of cards. Now, there's a wagon path as well down here, as you can see here. Everybody has a wagon. That's both endgame scoring multiplier, as you can see by these places here, as well as it allows better special actions or odds, depending on which of the four modules you're playing as your wagon moves along. You're going to get access to every card that's down below it, as well as everyone to the left of it. So the further you move your wagon, the better it behooves you and benefits you as it goes along. Now, down below, because we're playing Outlaws and Outposts, the module, which is module number 4, the first card in the trail is preceded, and so all of them will be wanted dead or alive posters with some number of pips on there for a die face on there. Now, over there to the top left is the cabin market board. These are rule breakers that can be purchased as the game goes along. Then there is the homestead scoring board here. There are 3 different tracks. You can call them whatever you want, but we're going to call them the food, the wood, or the stone track, because for the most part, those are the resources that are going to be required to move up those tracks. And moving up them conveys benefits each step, as well as endgame points and multipliers as you go along. Then off board and kind of off camera, we have different resources, which are food, wood, and stone. Then there are surplus markers, which if you run out of resources, these are 5 times and 10 times markers as well. Then there are gold here, which I want to point out, gold are not wild. They are in a lot of other games, so you cannot substitute gold for food or wood or stone as it may be in this game. We also have pair of boot tokens. We have the Mule, more on him later. There's going to be a 6-sided die, because apparently we all of a sudden are on this dice rolling kick, and that's part of this module. For Outlaws and Outlaws, this is going to allow us to capture outlaws, and some of the outlaws already come preceded on the board, as you can see there. And module specific, we have the sheriff card and those aforementioned outlaw tokens. Then over here in our player tableau, we have a player board. Now on this board, there are little fingers built into it. There are 3 slots at the top for playing your hand of 3 cards at the beginning of each of your turn. And there are 2 pathways with a different worker or pioneer on each path. I'm going to use those terms interchangeably. When I say worker, I'm talking about one of these. When I say pioneer, I'm talking about one of these. Then there are 2 paths. There is a green path moving left or right, and there is a tan path moving left or right down below it. Then there's a trapper and a tracker action spaces, and you'll notice that those symbology matches your 2 workers or pioneers there. Then down at the bottom, there are available cabin spaces in 2 colors for your respective workers. So you notice this symbology here matches this one, which also matches the tan path, and then the green, and then we have the tan one, which is that worker, which coincides with the green path. So this iconography is pretty good in regards to that. Now the Mule cabin space is pre-printed for the Mule to help with. More on that later. Then there is an endgame scoring reminder for acquired mountain cards. Then there are 5 trappable animals. There are 4 common in each game and 1 module specific one, and badgers, as it were. And a starting deck of cards, which these are some of, and I just have these out for an example as we go along. But these are going to be specific to the module being played. And last but not least, there is going to be a 2 bullet supply cards. So up to 6 bullets, and as you get bullets, you will be sliding this along, again, for this module specific. Now, I'm going to teach the game as a basic game. And then at the end, I'm going to double back and cover the module-specific rules. This way, everyone knows the basics of the game, and for the other 3 modules that we're not playing, just reference the small bit in the rulebook that changes the things for those modules. I think that makes the most sense.
Yep.
So I'm going to give an overview of and specifics about how to play the basic game, even though in the basic game, each game has a module in it, but each module is going to be a little bit different, and I'll cover that at the end. All right, so now let's go over the overview, kind of high level, what you're trying to do in this game. At the start of each turn, you're going to overlap and arrange 3 cards into your player board, exposing and concealing a selection of action icons available to them. That's going to create those 2 unique paths for your pioneers to follow. Next, you're going to actually move your pioneers across paths from left to right, performing a series of small actions. And common actions start as claiming cards from the mountain out here via your frontiers person. Then it's going to be building cabins, gaining resources, and advancing your wagon. Additional actions are brought into the game by the chosen modes, such as, harvesting apples in the apple expansion or module, mining for gold, fishing, or in our case, fighting outlaws. As your pioneers complete their paths, they're going to gain access to the action spaces on the upper portions of your cards. And note these arrows right here. On these, you're going to be able to exchange resources to advance your wagon on a trail, and the homestead tracks, or to activate other special abilities unique to the actual game module that you're playing. As the game continues and more cards are removed from the mountain, new actions are discovered. So as we take cards from up there. Each piece of the mountain is either a card that can be gained to improve your deck, meaning any one but these 5 specific that have outlaw markers on them. Any of the other ones will go into our respective decks. All of those otherwise will go down here for the wagon trail. As this row extends, more of the module's opportunities and challenges come into play. For example, in the Outlaws and Outposts module, this row is a series of wanted posters that make it increasingly easier to capture outlaws, provided your wagon is also moving along at the trail and keeping up. The goal of the game, obviously, like most games, is to score victory points. All the scoring is done at the end of the game, which happens when the 6th and final special card is removed from the mountain, which also gets placed down here on the wagon trail. So when that last one, meaning this 5 card, is placed down here, that will trigger the end of the game. Any players yet to take an action when the end game is triggered take their actions, so that we all have the same number of turns. Then one final round is played. Then players move into final scoring. Now you're going to get victory points from claiming these mountain cards into your deck. The homestead markers are going to be multiplied by where their wagons are, by these multipliers there. Then the number of outlaw tokens that you take, again, for our specific module. Then some residual victory points for paraboot markers and gold resources that you have left over. And you're going to lose victory points for any untrapped, or if you prefer, unflipped. You notice the -3 on all of these animal tokens, as well as any empty cabin spaces. Notice the -3s on those. Whoever scored the most victory points at that point wins the game. So that's kind of high level what we're trying to do. Does all that make sense, at least on a basic level?
Yep.
All right. So now let's go into the details on how to play. As I said earlier, players are going to take turns in clockwise order, with each player performing all 3 actions or all 3 steps of their turn before the next player begins their turn. Each active player's turn is broken down into 3 different steps. There's going to be planning, pioneering, and then passing. So let's cover the planning step, which we kind of is already, in some way, already covered. Now each player is going to have 3 cards in their hand already, from either a previous turn or at the start of the game. You're going to arrange and tuck these 3 cards into the top of your player board. But before we do that, and before we go over what we've already have set up here, let's go over the kind of the card anatomy so that you can understand what it is that you're looking at here, okay? So take a look at this card as our example. So the top right icon here is either going to be in the player color, and it shows what module, so Outlaws, hence the cowboy hat, and I'm playing yellow, so it's yellow, or it's going to be a star. A star references that it's one of these mountain cards. The only reason that actually matters is it's going to help with endgame scoring as well as sorting them at the beginning and end of game, okay? Then, in the top center, there's a summit action for a worker to activate when they complete their path. And there are going to be various ones which we'll cover in detail as we go along. Now over here on the left center, these are possible animal icon for the other players to piggyback on your action to use their trapper action when they're the active player. Those are going to coincide with these tiles over here. Then at the bottom, there are going to be some number, usually, and I think it's always 5 icons. So there's going to be 2 on the green path and then 3 on the bottom. This one is likely to be covered up unless, yeah, we'll cover that in detail. These are path icons, as you can see up here, that will allow players to take various actions depending on how they arrange their cards during the planning step of their turn. Okay, so that's the anatomy of a card. Okay, so we have our deck laid out, etc. Now that we've gone over the cards, let's go back to how you arrange them on your turn. So you're going to tuck and overlap 3 of the cards into your player board to create a complete panorama of a mountain. You can see this right here, that it is right there. We have a nice little mountain panoramic view. So in other words, the top card is going to go behind the other ones. And when it does so, some of those icons are going to get blocked off. So where you place them is very much going to be the crux of this game, all right? It's also going to show 2 complete paths. You have a green path and you have a tan path. Once you have set your cards and made your decision, that's it. You can't move them till the end of your turn when they're discarded into your own discard pile. At this point, announce to the table what animals are available for other players to piggyback on their trapper action, okay? So in other words, I would mention, hey, I have a bear and a rabbit available for trapping. And we'll get into the details of that as we go along. That is the first step. Any questions on that?
Nope. Makes sense.
All right. The second step is the pioneering step. Now, this is the meat of the game and where players are going to be taking actions that they planned via placing their cards into their tableau. Now, there are 3 options that a player can utilize and possibly do all 3 options during their turn and in any order, sort of. I say sort of because some of the options become unavailable once workers perform specific actions. And again, workers being these pioneers here. While there's no strict order of actions, as a general rule, they tend to follow this order. You can assign a worker to an available cabin. Then there are path actions after that, which is moving across down these paths. And then there are summit actions, which are going to be these actions up top. And for simplicity, let's say I have already built those cabins from a previous action. All right? So let's talk about assigning to a cabin. You can assign one of your 2 pioneer/workers if they're idle by your camp area. In other words, if they're not down here having done something on someone else's turn, if they're just hanging out up here, they can be assigned to their respective colored cabin. When assigned to a cabin, that cabin's special ability is activated, be it as a one-time use, notice the 1X, or as a ongoing effect as long as that cabin is occupied, okay, hence the infinity symbol there.
Right.
Now, usually, you're going to assign one pioneer to a cabin to assist the other one. So, for instance, I may go and place this one here to this cabin there to then assist this one to move down his path. That is the general feeling of how things normally work. That is not a hard, fast rule, but that's usually how it's going to work. Now, again, I want to make note the shape and the color of the cabin and the shape of the worker slash pioneer. So this one on the tan track can man these 3 green cabins here, okay? Whereas the the green one can only man that one, and the mule can only man this one. More on him later. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right? So, the mule, again, is a space exclusively for the mule if you have the mule. So there we go. That is assigning the cabins. So, I assign him there, okay? Like so. Then there are path actions. You can move a pioneer from a camp area, and a camp area being here, or from a cabin, or from a trapper or tracker action. So in other words, no matter where they are on your board, you can then start them down a path. Note that each pioneer can only travel down their own respective path. So this pioneer cannot travel down that path. Notice again the shape. Those are different. So this one can only... Now, there are some cabins which are rule breakers that may break that, but for all intents and purposes, that's the case there. Your workers can only move left or right, taking a series of actions as you travel down these paths. Each icon along the way can be activated when your pioneer temporarily stops on it. Important, you can skip any and all path icons, except for those that are highlighted in red. These are mandatory, and you either perform the action or take damage, or your pioneer cannot move any further down the path this turn. The reason you're going to want to move down this path is so you can take these summit actions. So if you cannot or choose not at this point, it can stop there, but he stops there for the rest of your turn. Does that make sense?
Yep.
All right. 2 action spaces on the tan track, as you can see here, require you to pay 1 or 2 resources to take the action. Otherwise, you cannot take the action and you just skip it, unless it's outlined in red, in which you cannot skip it. Okay? For payment, you either pay food, wood, or stone, or if it's the double space, it's your choice to mix and match however you wish, any 2. And again, gold cannot be paid with that. Gold is not a wild resource.
Right.
This means any of the basic resources. Okay? It's also important to point out that you can mix and match movement down the 2 paths as you see fit. Meaning, you could move your tan worker, say, there, and then you could move him down along all the way to there, or all the way down the path, then this one, then maybe you pay the resource and you move that one, then you move this and go do a summit action. You can mix and match however you want to down there. Your choice here, just note that they can only move left or right, and once they start down the path, they cannot be assigned to a cabin space. Once they've started down the path, they've made their life choices. They cannot go to a cabin again, okay? If a worker makes it to the end of their path, they then can be assigned to a summit action, which is really convenient. Let's go ahead and talk about the summit actions, okay? Now, each summit action can only be taken by 1 of your pioneers, so no doubling up, no matter how much you may want to. Meaning, if this pioneer makes it all the way down his path down here and goes to this action up there, this one, if he makes it to the end, cannot take that action, but can only take 1 of those 2 actions, as you see there. Now, to perform the summit action, you're going to place your pioneer on it and then carry out whatever the action is. And once assigned to a summit action, that worker is finished for the remainder of your turn. And again, if a worker does not make it to the end of their path, maybe you just choose to stop for whatever reason, or you choose not to or cannot pay whatever on a mandatory space, that's perfectly fine. However, they cannot be assigned to a summit action in that case. In other words, make it to the end of the path, yay, summit action. If not, boo, sorry, no summit action for that turn. The mule, however, is a special animal, pun intended, okay? This doesn't apply to him. More on the mule later as we go along, okay? I'll come back to him, all right? So that is summit actions. Obviously, I'm going to go through the details of all of those here shortly. And then finally, passing. You can pass it anytime during your turn. However, when you do, your turn's over. All you do at that point is cleanup actions. So you return both pioneers to your camp area. That's pretty simple. We go there and there. Then you're going to take these 3 cards, you're going to discard them into your own personal discard pile. Then you're going to draw 3 new cards from your hand, and now is when you should start planning your next turn, okay? If you run out of cards, obviously shuffle your discard and then draw up to your 3 cards. If you bought any cabins from the market on your turn, then we would discard. If this one was not purchased, that would come off, and then we would slide to the right, and then we would refill any of the cabins there. That's it. That's the flow of the game. Now is a good time to get into the details of the actual actions that can be taken either on your own turn or on player's turn. But before we do so, does the flow of everything make sense? Is everything good?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. So let's go ahead and go through the on other people's turn actions, okay? During other players' turns, you have 2 available actions depending on what they do on their turn. We'll start out with the trapper action. When another player plays cards, not when you do, but let's say this were on, say, Ken's Tableau, and he says, I have a bear and I have a rabbit icon available for trapping. Okay, when he plays those cards. If any of these match any unflipped animals that I have on mine, I can move one of my guys down here, and then I can pay any one of the 3 basic resources, again, food, wood, or stone, and then I can flip one of those 2 icons, or one of those 2 tiles. So let's say I choose the bear. Boom. Sometimes you get the bear, other times the bear gets you. No, all right. So there we go. I trapped the bear. Once that has been flipped up, it remains so for the remainder of the game. And now you're not going to lose those 3 points. And in addition to that, it's going to convey a benefit later on in the game, which we'll get into, okay? And it's a max of 1 animal tile each time you take the action. So even though I still have my rabbit available, because that's already been manned, I cannot pay a second resource to do it, nor could I choose to put a second worker there to then flip the rabbit, even if that were available. Does that make sense?
Yep.
That's the trapper action.
And if you've taken it already on one, like let's say you take that action on Jess's turn.
I cannot do so.
You can't take it again on my
Ken's,
turn, right?
It's on one other player's turn,
Right.
because these do not come back until they travel down a path, which happens on your turn. Okay? Good thing pointing that out. The other option is the tracker option. Same thing, either of your workers can be assigned here. When another player moves their marker up any of the 3 homestead tracks. So this here shows that somebody would be able to do that. We'll go over details on how that works there. And again, these 3 tracks. When another player goes up those 3 tracks, you can go ahead and choose either of your 2 workers to come over here, and then you get one of whatever resource that track shows. So for instance, if Ken went up on there, I could then go ahead and get 1 food. But again, just like if I did so on Jess's turn, I could not do it on Ken's turn, just like on the trapper action, okay? Only 1 pioneer can be moved to each space respectively. Now, this is a really important thing to point out. If done so, that worker cannot be moved down to a cabin during your turn. So if they are here, they can be moved to a cabin on your turn. If they are in either of these 2 locations, they cannot go to this cabin. All they can do is then move down their path on your turn. Never both with the same worker. So you can't do this on someone else's turn, and you cannot do this with the same worker. What I could do is maybe I piggyback there, and then this worker comes down to do that action, and then this worker can move down his respective path. Is that clear? I'm driving that point home because it's easy to be like,
either or.
It's either this, or move down paths.
Mm-hmm.
And move down paths,
right,
as it were. Okay? Does that make sense? And is that clear?
Yes.
All right. Excellent. All right. Now let's go over what you can actually do with all of these icons on your given turn. All right? So I'm going to bounce around from different icons. We're talking about the 2 paths here. All right? So if it shows a resource, whether it's gold or, say, food, in this case, or stone, there's also going to be a wood icon that looks a lot like, well, a log. Okay, like these. If you land on that, you get whatever's pictured. 1 or 2 it will be of that respective resource. Easy enough, I don't need to belabor that, let's move on. The next one is these boot icons. You'll notice right there. And there are single and there are also double boot icons on some of these as well. What those represent is they allow you to spend, whether it's 1 or 2, depending on what it shows, for moving either your frontiersman or your wagon. Now, we haven't really talked about either of those, so let me bring your attention to your wagon that looks like, well, a wagon. And a frontiersman looks like he's got kind of a coonskin cap on, I'm going with, because trapping, etc. All right, so let's talk about movement on these, okay? Actually, you can move them 1 or 2 spaces, okay, on moving those 2. So let's go ahead and talk about how you move those first and foremost. So moving a wagon, if you can afford to spend the boots. So in this case, let me show you this. To move past this line, you have to have it costs 1 movement and 1 resource. Again, it would be a food, a wood, or a stone. You discard it and hey, great, I moved it to there. Not only will that give me access to whatever card is there and to the left, this being the first one, there's none to the left, but in addition to that, that's going to allow multiplier scoring for these at the end of the game.
Right.
This is really important. I do not want to undersell this. So, if I had 2 boot movement, I could then do a second if I then paid a total of 3 resources to move like there, etc., move along as it goes. If it shows particular resources, it costs those particular resources. So in this case, it's 1 of each of the basic resources. Again, you cannot sub in, nor can you use gold ever, whether it's this or whether it's that. Is that clear?
Yep.
And you'll notice that each of these movements now cost 2 boots.
Double boots.
All right, so you can do that, and or you could move your frontiersman. Now your frontiersman moving is actually really simple. So on the base here, all of this space is considered 1 space. So you can freely move to, say, here, and then that's 1 movement, that's 2 movement. Or maybe I started 1, and I go to 2, however I want to, all right? And we're going to go into what that means and why you're going to want to move your frontiersman here shortly. If you wanted, if you had 2 movement, you could do 1 movement there and 1 movement there, paying the associated resource, etc., etc. Pretty simple for movement. Any questions on movement?
Nope, makes sense.
Okay, so that is the boots. So next is the shovels. Now, the shovel, you'll notice, is actually over here. To actually be able to do that would cost me 2 resources to take that shovel action as my worker moves along. If I chose not to do it, I don't have to. I don't have to pay anything. I could skip it and just make it to the end of that path. Okay, easy enough. Now, the shovel, you can choose 1 of 2 options. You can either build a cabin down here, or you can claim a card. So now let me go ahead and direct your attention up to the cabin display. Normally it would be full, but we took a couple for the example there, all right? To be able to claim a cabin from the cabin market, you're going to choose 1 of the 4 face-up cabin tiles, obviously. Then you pay any additional cost that's printed below the cabin. Okay, so as you can see, not only a shovel, but it may be a double boot symbol, it may be a resource,
the most expensive one.
Exactly, etc., etc. Then you're going to place the cabin on a vacant cabin space on your player board that matches its color. Green ones go to those 3 spaces, tan ones go to that one. Nothing will ever cover the mule. That is pre-printed and that stays there, okay? Now, if the cabin tile that you took from the board was not the rightmost one, that will discard, and then we will immediately refill, because it's possible to be able to claim multiple cabins on 1 turn if there were multiple shovels on your cards, which is possible to be able to do so. So you may do that multiple times, so the market will refresh
immediately.
Immediate. That's a good way. Yeah, words. There you go. So any questions about claiming a cabin with a shovel? Okay, the other thing you can do is you can claim a mountain card. So as our frontiersmen move up, and then they make it to a face-up card, okay? You can claim a card, but you can only do so if it's a face-up card. So these are overlapping cards, so it makes sense you can only take the ones that are face up. So you take that, that's the only one that's available. When that is claimed, this one will immediately flip face up, etc., etc., okay? You move your frontiersman directly to the mountain base when you do so. So say I'm going to claim this card. Yeah! Comes all the way back down and starts back over at the base. If Jess was hanging out with me as well, we both make it back to the base. The good news is, if I claim that card, she gets a double boot token that she can keep in and to use whenever she wishes to use so, okay? That is kind of her consolation prize for being kicked off a card that is about to get claimed, okay? Then take that card from the frontiersman was on and then place it either into one of two places. You either place it onto the top of your draw deck or the top of your discard pile. So if you want it next, great, put it there. If you don't, and you want it for later, put it into your discard pile. Then, after removing the card from the mountain, either one or two cards will be uncovered completely. Turn those face up. Pretty self-explanatory, I think, and pretty obvious. Okay? Now, if, let's say, I were on this card, Jess were on this card, and say, Ken, we're on that card, okay? And I claim this card, Jess would get a double boot token. I would not, because I'm getting the actual card. And then when that card gets claimed, this card's going to flip over. Ken stays on it, okay? It's just, hey, bonus, Ken anticipated this happening, so now it's face up. Now he can claim it with a shovel action on his turn. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay? So that is the shovel actions. Pretty simple. Any questions on those?
No, makes sense.
All right. Now, next, we're going to talk about the Mule. And somehow I lost my Mule card, so a moment. There he is. Let's say that Mule symbol right there. You gain the Mule. Huzzah! The Mule has come home. There is only one Mule. If no one has him, you take it from the general supply. If somebody has him, you take it from them. All right? The reason you want the Mule is you're going to place him down here on that gray cabin. Okay? That's really nice. Turn gold into regular resources. Now gold is wild for any other resource.
Right.
Okay? Or, I told you, these guys move down paths, and then once they make it there, they can go to summit actions. Not the Mule. The Mule, at any point, can just be like, boom. I'm going to take a wagon action. What?
I wish they could have seen that. That was really well
Yeah,
done.
I guess it's not on camera, but it was pretty cool.
It was,
Yeah,
it was well done.
Good Mule impression.
So anyway, so the mule can freely move from here to there. He does not have a path. He's a mule. He enjoys a
Get
little
right up
bit
the
about it,
mountain.
just right up there. Okay, any questions about the mule action? Good, moving on. All right. Next is the fur trade action right here. This is why you're going to want to flip these face up, because you're going to gain the effect shown on all of your face up animals. So if you've trapped a bear, you get a gold. It said, and if you trapped a fox and a rabbit, you would get whatever benefit they convey as well. You get all of those whenever you take a fur action. Pretty nice. Okay. Now the badger. I so want to say it, but it's family friendly. Honey badger, or the badger here, actually is this is module specific, so we'll go over the details of him as we go along. Okay. But that's the fur trade one. Now, the bear hazard. Well, this is mandatory, okay? It does nothing when it's resolved. You either you have to pay a resource to be able to get past it. So again, you either distract it with food, beat it off with a stick, or throw a rock at it. Or here, go chase a rock, or something like that thematically, okay? You have to do so, or you take damage. Or you could just go there and be like, nope, not going to do anything. You take no damage, but
Just
you
can't
do
go
not
any
move
farther.
past that space. Is that clear? Now would be a good time to talk about taking damage. Taking damage is one of two things. Either remove a cabin from your tableau and out of the game, or equally as bad, move your cabin back one space.
Your wagon,
Well,
yeah.
I said cabin.
Yeah.
Cabins don't move, wagons do. Move your wagon backwards one space.
Yes.
But here's one nice thing about the very beginning of the game. If you have no cabin and your wagon cannot move backwards, skip it. Take damage. You don't actually take any damage. You just can skip it until you have cabins to lose.
But once you have that stuff,
then you got to lose something.
You gotta be careful of the bear.
well, I mean, it's really bad.
Yeah.
Basically, just don't do it.
Exactly.
Well, I
There
feel
we
like
go.
if you're on foot, you have no, cabin, you have no wagon, you just ran.
Just ran away from the bear. That's
Right. There you go. Easy enough. So any questions about, those are all the available actions. There's a lot of them, but they're all really simple, right? Okay. So now we're going to talk about the common summit actions. We're going to actually skip this one because this is module specific, but we're going to talk about these two specifically to start. So this one here is for the homestead. You're going to pay 1 stone and 2 food to move up the cooking pot homestead. So yellow would pay that and move up, or you could call it the mule track or the food track, whatever floats your boat. The food track says perform the gain the mule action, i.e. gain the mule. Obviously, nice. Steal it from whoever has it. The wood track, gain a pair of boot tokens. That's 2 movement whenever you want, or a point at the end of the game. And the stone track, gain a gold, which is, again, if you have the mule, it's any resource. If not, it's a point at the end of the game, or whatever gold can be used for.
Wagon track.
Right, which we're about to talk about. And this action is the advance wagon. Spend the resources shown above the arrow to advance your wagon 1 space to the right, ignoring the printed costs. So, you need 2 boots and 3 resources? No, you don't. You need 2 gold. Boom. Done. Easy enough. And again, there's that. But that's it. That's the whole game. Okay, except for the specific modules. Right. So let's go into final scoring and talk about how that works. Okay, the game end again is triggered when the 6th, the V card here, is actually down here in all of those. We're going to randomize turn order. Everybody will get the same number of turns. Then everybody will take 1 additional turn. Then we go into final scoring. Okay. Mountain cards. So any mountain cards, notice the star on it and the little pistola. The star shows it's a mountain card. That is going to gain you victory points based on how many of those you have acquired, as you see here. Then you're going to multiply each homestead marker by wherever your wagon is and multiply it by that, score that many points. You're going to get 1 point for every gold left over in your supply. You're going to gain 1 point for every pair of boot token in your supply. And then you're going to lose 3 points for each animal that is not flipped over or untrapped or unflipped if you prefer, and any empty cabin space that you have. I should also point out, cabins are for life. You cannot overbuild, nor can you discard a cabin unless
you
it's
intentionally
to
take damage. Yeah.
Okay. Then you're going to score any points from the module that you're playing, and then highest score wins. And that is how you play Sierra West. But now, real briefly, we're going to go over Outlaws and Outposts, which is module number 4. You're always going to play with one of the modules, 1, 2, or 3, or 4. So we're playing with 4, and here we go. There are 12 outlaws set up on the outposts out here. Okay, as you can see, there are 12 tokens out there. As you remove them, each card uncovered gets flipped into the row below as a wanted poster down here. Okay, this is going to increase your shooting odds, it says, to be able to claim or capture those outlaws. After the final outlaw has been removed from the mountain, the outpost card marked 5 is going to be flipped. That will trigger the end of the game. Okay, not all of the outlaws are removed, have to be removed for the game to end, though. I do want to stress that. The end of the game is still triggered as soon as the final card is added to the row here. Outlaws are going to score you points equal to the multiplier of your wagon's position. Have I stressed well enough how important it is to not neglect your wagon along the wagon trail? Okay? Now, let's go over some of the specific icons that are on there. If you can hand me that card, and I will show everybody at home what that looks like. There we go. So take a look at this card. Now there are icons on this that we have not gone over because these are module specific ones. So here we have one, or there will be 2 bullets, or there will be bullets showing loading a 6-shooter, okay? What those represent is you're going to be gaining bullets. And earlier I mentioned that everybody has an empty cartridge holder here with up to 6 bullets. If it shows 1 bullet, you uncover the next one. You gain 1. If it's 2, you gain 2. If it shows the loading a 6-shooter, you up to 6. You're maxed at 6 because your 6-shooter can hold 6 rounds. Kind of makes sense, okay? The sheriff icon there says you get to take the sheriff card. Okay, looks the same on both sides, doesn't matter. There we go. I'll go and keep this on here so you can see that. All right, now, again, just like the mule, you'll either take it from the supply, or if another player is currently the sheriff, there's a new sheriff in town. While you have the sheriff card, it adds 1 to every die result that you roll when we go to try and capture outlaws. So that's a +1, as you can see right there. And if you capture an outlaw, you gain a gold when you do so. Kind of nice, okay? Obviously, if you have the sheriff already, it does nothing because you already have the sheriff, okay? All right, and it's worth 3 points at the end of the game if you have the sheriff. Okay?
Yep.
Easy enough? All right. Now, let's go talk about the icons. There are 2 different, and I'm only going to show you guys one. They look somewhat similar, but we'll talk about this for a summit action here. This is, you're going to spend any number of bullets, but you do this one at a time because you never shoot more than you have to, okay? For each bullet spent, you're going to roll the 6-sided die there. If the number you roll is equal to any of the die faces along your trail. So if you were here, you can roll a 6, you're good. If you were here, whatever 2 cards may be below this, if they are uncovered, you can roll those numbers. Then you get to capture an outlaw, okay? With the lowest number meaning the highest up. So these will always go in that order. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. And it's, as I mentioned earlier, it's going to be worth points at the end of the game. If you have the sheriff card, again, +1 on your die roll. So if you rolled a 5 or a 6, as it were, as long as your wagon were at least to that first space.
Right.
So you can't capture outlaws until
you
you've
move your wagon.
At least moved your wagon 1. All right. Important to note, once you've captured 1 outlaw, that's it. Stop. You cannot capture more than 1 with that action there, okay? Now, if you had 2 of the same actions up here, you could do that twice. Those are different actions, provided that you had both your workers making it to the end or your handy-dandy, useful little mule. He also, okay? Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay? Now, if you fail to capture, remember, you either run out of ammo, doing it one at a time, or you choose to stop. You take damage. Lose a cabin or move your wagon back 1 step. That's nasty.
Yep.
So make sure that you like your odds. It's always voluntary if you choose to take that action. Now, there is another action that it has a crosshair here that looks like kind of a marksman, so it's as if it were a rifle. So it looks just like this, though. You spend 2 bullets, and you automatically capture 1 outlaw. There you go. That's the rules. And then at the end of the game, whoever has this card's worth 3 points, and multiply each of your outlaws, multiplied by where you are on the wagon track, boom, score. That's it. Any questions? You sure? Any questions?
Nope.
All right, cool, good. All right, then that's it. Let's get to it.
Let's
shall
do
we?
it.
All right. All right, I will go ahead, reset my board. I will bring it all up there. We need to put this back up there.
Yep.
That should be face up. Thank you for whoever said that, probably in chat. That was probably Rayner.
And then if you want to give me your cabins.
Oh, no, I don't. So there we go. The sheriff card will come back out here.
There, I think.
I'm doing this to show you guys also. These, that's terrible. These are your 8 starter cards that you will have for this module. In addition, you'll have one more.
Yep.
So what happens is we're going to take these 8 here, we're going to shuffle these up, and then the module 1 goes face down to the bottom of the deck, okay? And I suppose you want me to...
Yes,
oh,
please.
You know what? And I did not mention this guy. Gives you 2 bullets, or you become the sheriff whenever
Whichever you
that's
choose,
the
yeah.
bonus for the skunk, or for the badger.
For
honey badger
when you
don't
get the
give
fur
a-
trade thing.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, and I will move this there. Let me move these back down.
I might scoot the sheriff over here because
All
it's
right.
going to
Yeah,
jump
there
into
we
my
go.
Tableau there.
There. You have Schwazi?
Yep, or something like it.
Or whatever, right?
Yep.
And I will put, oops, there, there. I will have my bullets. Jess, can we borrow a finger?
Oop. There we go. It's you, Jess.
All right, Jess is first. All right. So I suppose we ought to reset that. There, reset these. Let me bring up the camera in the chat. Oh, and also I should point out, I was remiss. There is a little player aid out here as well. So a moment while we bring up Z-cams, yeah. Let's move these up, shall we? Because there's a whole lot of empty space up here. There. How's everybody doing today? Hi. There we go. And we will go chat. We'll go right next to it. There we go. All right. Whew, a moment. I need a drink. And a Frappuccino because I'm a 12-year-old girl.
Of
apparently.
course.
I think I broke a toe today. So that was kind of my, or at least bruised the heck out of it. So that was kind of my own little treat to myself for doing so. Okay. All right. So I need to draw the top 3 cards.
You get a treat for breaking it down. I think it's a consolation.
5 unused outlaws should be on the mountain base. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Rainer. I have them actually over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There we go. All right. Place your bets and over under on Glory to Rome's. I'm only going to set it at 2.5. I think it's going to be 3.5 because if you roll poorly.
Well, you're just challenging us to get the over if you set it that low.
All right. So now we are looking at our cards, right? And looking at these. And actually, you know what? While Jess thinks about this, I will show you guys my 3 options. So what I'm looking at, again, is it'll be something like this on my Tableau. So it's all a matter of how do I want to arrange these in what order, right? Do I want a ton of stone? Do I want a little bit of wood? I don't know if I want double of, oh, it doesn't matter. I think that's what we're gonna do.
I want that.
I think that's how mine's going to go. I think. All right. We actually mentioned that, Rainer. I appreciate it. The last part I did not mention, which was you could spend 1 boot. If you have a double boot icon for moving on 2 boots, you can move, use the boot icon to move your frontiersman up. Then use the shovel to claim the card he's on. Then use the second boot to move him up the mountain again. That's the only instance in which I did not mention. So, all right.
You can split those movements
Exactly.
across 2.
So,
yeah.
Jess is doing her planning step. All right. So, do you feel reasonably good about that?
Yeah, it's done.
Okay. So now, mention what animals you have on there.
I have a beaver and a rabbit.
Well, we have no resources.
So we're chilling.
So we're just chilling like villains. Okay. So then you go on to the pioneering step. So you can assign to cabins, which you have none.
Right.
Okay. Then you can do your path actions.
I'm going to want that and that before I get to the end. Okay. So I get 2 wood, right?
You do, yes.
What
And,
are you laughing at?
Brian, break a toe, get a girly coffee, then bruise your ego by drinking it. It's a vicious cycle.
Oh.
I'm secure in my manhood. I'm okay with that.
You're
I'm good
fine.
with it, all right?
I don't know why it's a girly drink. I never get those.
I agree. It's not a girly. It's a 12-year-old girl.
No.
It's totally...
Even
it's
at 12.
Frappuccino.
No. I know 12-year-olds.
I don't think they had those when I was 12.
They
but-
didn't, but I
They get
see
chai
them.
tea
You
or
know,
the dragon
yeah.
drink, the new dragon drink.
I
it's
see a
just
lot
you.
of them.
It's a guy. It's a guy.
Okay, fine. Fine. All right, so you did that. Now you can move.
Did that. I want to keep that though. I can't do all the things.
Yeah, and there it is, right? It's a matter of managing
So am
what
I
you can
gonna
and can't
claim
do.
one of those? Do we go over what these are? That's a bear.
Oh, no, we
Yeah.
did. I knew.
So this
It's
one,
okay. We're
Yeah, I
gonna
knew.
go.
if you have a bear hazard once per turn, instead of having to pay for it, you pay nothing and you get a double boot. So
Always
it turns
nice.
the bear from bad to good.
Right, he gives you a double boot.
This
He
one,
gives you motivation to run. I'm just saying.
this
All right.
one says you activate everything.
All three
All
of
three
your
cabins.
of
Of
your
your
green
cabins.
cabins.
Yeah.
That's kind of nice.
Oh,
but
it's
it takes a spot.
fantastic.
Yeah. That one is when you get the dig action, you get a gold.
When you take
Then when you
the
take it,
shovel action, not
you-
just when
yeah.
you get a shovel, it's when you take the actual
Right,
action.
so which usually means you have to pay.
Right.
But still getting a gold, good.
Right.
And then this one just says anytime you get a single wood action, you get
You
two
actually would
instead.
get two, right.
But I don't think you get 3 instead of 2, right? I think you only get 1.
I believe it's only
Two
one,
instead of
and I
one.
will double check
Yeah.
that real quick because
Yeah,
all of those
it
are in the
looks
back
pretty
of the book.
clearly
Yeah.
that it's
Right.
2 instead of 1.
I feel like we looked that up last time, and that was how it
Yeah,
worked.
it's not
but-
plus 2. Yeah. Okay. Those are not bad.
There it is.
But
Yeah, they're all pretty good.
yes, but I'd have to pay and stuff to get those.
Nope.
So
You cannot use the cabin's ability outside of this exact context.
Yeah.
There you go. So as it shows,
Yeah.
1 to 2. You can't do
1 to
2 to
2.
3.
And like these
No,
are
no,
super
yeah.
expensive, so.
Right.
they're really expensive. I'd have
Yeah.
to have a double boot to pay with that, plus the fact that it costs this.
Yep.
So I don't think I want to do
Thank
that.
you, Eric. Thank you.
I think I want to do those things. And then I'll have extra resources next time. Okay. So I can pass this and not use it.
Correct. If you don't want to,
I don't want to use it.
You don't take damage because it's not a mandatory one.
Nope.
Right.
It doesn't have a red
Yep.
outline. Pretty clear. So, I mean, I'm going to get them all across. Remind me again. So if I have the mule, he can go up here.
He absolutely can. And he can do this, which allows you to turn gold into
Yes,
resources.
but I don't have gold yet.
Yeah.
So that's not super
So you don't
useful.
have to do all 3 this particular turn.
I'm not going to be able to do all
Yeah.
3.
It's awfully tasty.
But I'll have them. That's
I
not
have
a
no
bad
qualms
thing.
with that.
Okay. And then...
One movement then?
I know, I'm going to. It's an order thing. Like you're trying to
totally
plan, like
is.
which,
Yeah,
No.
how do I
absolutely
want to go
matters.
across this? Still I have to pay a No, I'm not.
So how was that, Rainer? I hit everything?
It doesn't super matter.
Okay.
Right now. I'm
Yep,
just
there's
gonna go
only
there.
one spot.
Good? Done?
Thank you.
Down.
I'm gonna
Just
it
skip
doesn't
over
matter.
if you want
I
to,
get
yeah.
this guy.
Yep. So
Give me the-
Mule, Pecky, comes
I'll
over.
take him.
Just to have him.
Sure. I mean, I'm not going to refuse him.
Right.
I'm
No,
gonna
no,
skip
I don't
that
want him.
2 food.
for food.
Delicious food.
Delicious. food.
Tasty chicken legs. it
Vegan
looks like.
chicken legs.
Yeah, as you do. As you do.
Another one of these.
Another
I don't
boot.
want to pay that right now because I want to do those up there. So I'm going to keep moving up the mountain.
Okay.
I'm okay with that.
Okay, tell me when she just did that moving up the mountain. I'm picturing what
Not
is on the
doing
Price
this
is
again.
Right.
Yeah, the little
I'm here.
little climber on the
Thank
edge.
you.
Yeah. You don't want him to fall off though.
Right.
So this one's going to go here.
Okay.
And I amazingly have resources for
Weird
this.
how that works.
Okay, so I'm going to
So-
use one of my guys.
And I'm going to use one of mine as well. And
I'll take whatever that is, a wood, I guess.
I'm going to a moment real quick.
Trying to decide between wood and food.
Do what now?
Trying to decide between wood and
Okay,
food because
huh.
you can only get one, right?
No, you only get you only get wood.
Well, she did both.
Mind
so
you, I'm
could
doing
pick
this
either
too.
one.
Oh, check that. I wasn't. I was just looking at which worker I actually wanted to send down because I'm looking
Oh,
at
yeah.
cabins.
Okay. So I get both of those back too, correct?
You do.
Okay. which I could have planned.
No, sorry, you do not get those.
Oh, you get those.
You get the mule and you get the double boot.
Okay, so you're a double
okay.
boot. I will take a double boot.
And I'm going to get a wood. What would you like?
I'll take a wood as well. I don't think it really matters. I think it's something I'm probably going to use for like trapping or something.
Right,
like
you're
that.
gonna probably do
exactly.
Let me put that there. And I'm just trying to figure out which one. I'm going to go and send that one there. Done.
All right.
So Jess, okay, you're done with your summit actions, right? So
Yes.
now you're going to pass. So you take your workers and put them back where they were. Then you discard your 3 cards, and then you draw 3 new cards and start planning your next turn.
All right.
Do you want this card?
Yeah, that'll work.
I got my action planned out, I think.
All right, thanks, Rainer.
So I'm
What do you have?
offering
Animals, yes.
beavers and rabbits. If anybody would like to trap.
I see no reason not to.
Yeah.
Actually, so I will discard
Totally.
this wood, and I will go ahead. Let's see. The beaver would get me a wood, obviously. The rabbit, food.
Yep, good guess.
I'll actually go with the beaver. Jess, are you going to take either of those?
She doesn't have resources.
Oh, check that. I guess not. Okay, done.
All right. So I'll walk up to here. I'll get a stone.
Gotcha.
I'll walk 2 more. Go there.
And obviously you can share locations. I didn't explicitly say that, but
Yep.
I intimated when claiming the card.
This last one, I think I am going to go ahead and move my wagon 1. So I got a ton of wood. I'll go ahead and move it with a wood.
So now all of a sudden I Oregon Trail in my
Yep.
head. Don't dive dysentery, and you'll
Take
get
it.
your wood back.
Take another wood. Then he got done with his trail, so he's all set there. This guy's now going to come up. He can't go to a cabin, which is fine because I don't have any. I go here, get 2 wood. Go here. Now I got to think for a second. I'm going to spend 1 wood
Oh.
to purchase this lovely bear-related cabin.
Yeah, I had a feeling you were going to do that.
These are going to slide down and refill immediately. The
And-
new one is another
Yep, there we
activate
go.
all green.
And those are just randomly shuffled and put out
Yep. And then I think, and if it gets discarded, it just hangs out over here, and
Yeah.
you refill it later if you need to. But
Exactly.
I probably won't come up. Then I'm gonna get 2 food.
there. Oh, sorry, 2 food. That's me. You know what?
2
Why don't we do this?
food.
Here.
2 delicious food.
So there for
Yep.
those and start a supply.
Yeah, hang
Go
it
for
over
it.
here.
Yep.
And then I think the smart thing to do is to skip this second shovel, because that's going to leave me a couple of resources left over to do things like trapping between now and my next turn. So I'm hopping over that. Now I've got the potential to take 2 of these, but I can really only take 1 from a resource perspective. And so I got to choose between campfire and, what is that, railroads, or maybe I built a fence.
Sure.
It's kind of hard to tell, but some frontier related stuff that's brown.
Okay, the fact that they're posts, I would say they look like
Fence, right? Yeah.
Don't fence me in, bro.
Yeah. So I think I like the fences because that double boot is probably going to be pretty handy in the first round. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to spend 2 wood and a stone, get a double boot. If either one of you guys would like to take a follow, you can't take a follow, but if you want to take a follow action, you could get
a free wood if you would like to.
Sure.
Nope, just take a free wood.
Oh, okay.
Well, you gotta
Oh, no, you're
just
right.
Gotta move her.
Sorry, yeah.
Pretty sure that has
Her
to go
tracker.
somewhere, but
Now, and the other thing to keep in mind is you now can trap also. So you move 1 down to your tracker. And you want to trap any of his 2 animals, either the beaver or the rabbit. The only reason you would not,
is to save my resources for something else, right? Don't I have to?
well, there's that, or if you think you want to use a cabin, but you don't have a cabin in which to use yet.
That I'm not worried about, but I was short resources last
Sure.
time, so
Yep.
I don't really want to use up my resources and not be able to do stuff. But do I? What are they? But it is getting this.
It's wood or food is what it would be,
Yeah.
respectively.
Yeah, sure.
Which would you prefer?
Wood or food?
Yeah, wood for the beaver, food for the rabbit. Okay. So
So yeah, spend that and put
and
your
move
guy
your
on.
other
Not that
worker
it
down.
Doesn't really matter since you don't have any cabins, but
Right, but
still
again,
good to keep in the
just-
habit,
yeah,
right?
yeah, for sure.
Okay, and then I'm passing. I can't take any further actions.
Okay.
So these guys are coming home.
And the only other thing that I can't remember if we're supposed to is
You can only trap at the beginning of their pioneering step.
Oh.
So I can't do the trap.
Okay, you
which I'm
can't
fine
yet, but you
But
could do
you
it
can
at the
do
beginning
it
of
during
mine,
Edward's
right?
step. That's right.
And the one thing that I wanted to check on the passing, if so, refill. Okay, so yeah, that's it. Okay, I want to make sure that we don't actually burn the last cabin as
Yeah.
well. Not burn it. That seems aggressive, but okay. Okay, so I have mine planned out. I'm going to move these off, put these down, try not to make a huge mess of things. I have a beaver and a fox, if anybody would care to trap. And the fox allows you stone. Okay.
Yeah. Definitely trapping. Not with this guy, though, because he activates my cabin. So I'm going to trap with this guy, spend a food, and what are the two? Fox and beaver? We'll go beaver.
Okay. All right. So now that everyone's done, I have planned, at least in theory. I have no cabins, but I could not use them anyways because both of my workers are down here. So these guys are going to go ahead and start. I will take 2 stone. Then I will... I don't think I'm going to have enough resources to do it. So he will go ahead and start and move 1. And I'm going to go over here. Then I will go ahead and grab a wood. Then I will double, triple move. Yodelay-hee-hoo. There we go. And then I will go ahead and take a food. And he's made it to the end. So... I will... So I will get 2 wood and a food. So there. And then 2 stone and an extra wood. I'd be able to do both of those, but I probably can't do that. I'm 1 move short. It's almost like they planned it that way. You know what? I'm not gonna... I planned poorly. I meant to do something and screwed something up, but I'm gonna keep it as it was. So I'm going to spend a resource, and then I'm going to spend a second resource. And that'll be for...
Oh, okay.
yeah, this one. So I'm going to spend 2 resources. I'll figure what those out are here in a minute, so a moment. So I will build that. So anytime I get a single wood, I'll get a double. I should have done that with that one. So now I will get 2 wood. I'll figure out what I'm spending still here in a minute.
Okay.
And this goes away, and those will refill. So I get to look at what we do here.
Single boot becomes double boot anytime.
And what is that?
2 double boots equals move this guy backwards.
If you want.
You can move him backwards and take that action again.
The 1 space, though, right?
Yeah.
Huh. Wow, that'd be 3 resources to do it. Do I want to? I think I do. It's expensive, but I really like the idea of being able to do that. So I'm going to...
backwards?
Hold on. I owe now 4 resources total. So will I be able to do anything up there?
Why 4?
Because I haven't paid my other one still yet.
Oh. To get this one, or...
No, the 3rd one. I really like that boot one.
So that's really 5 resources.
I'm not going to.
Yeah.
So I owe 1 resource still.
Did you pay 1 already?
No.
For what?
because you bought one of the expensive ones
Oh, I
last time,
did. So I owe 2 resources. Thank you.
Yeah.
So let me figure out what I'm doing here.
My pleasure.
You know what? I cannot move up the food track. That is really unfortunate. But getting the double boot seems good, so I will use that, and I will pay 2 resources, so I will pay those 2 from earlier.
Okay.
So one of my workers is going to go up here. I will go up that track, which will get me a double boot. And would anybody like to piggyback? You can do so.
I would love to, but I need
wood.
to use this cabin.
And Jess cannot, so there's that. And that's it. I'm done. So these guys will go back down there. These will get discarded, like so, and I will draw 3 new ones. And Jess, your turn.
I have a beaver. This one's gonna hide.
You have a beaver and what? Oh, you.
That
have
one's
it.
going to hide, and now I have a fox.
Do I want the stone? I think I'm gonna hold off. So here, while you're thinking here, Jess, I will show everybody my options here. This is definitely going to go in the back, I've decided, because of that. Plus it covers up that. So we don't want that around. So it's just a matter of, do we want it like this, or do we want it in the other direction?
1, 2, 3.
Doesn't matter. I don't think so. I think that's how we're going to do it. I'm good with that. All right, what are you doing?
I moved to get 2 wood.
Okay.
So I could do that. Okay, 1, 2, 3. And claim that. But that's really good. Yeah. And then, how many is that? 2.
Exactly, Drake.
All right, so these guys moved back up here, so they cannot do a cabin, even if I have him sitting here.
Correct, because at the beginning of your turn they were there.
Yeah.
Ergo, you cannot do a cabin. Right.
Okay. So
This
that
turn.
would be next time. So it doesn't really matter what order I do this in. Okay, I'm gonna go there. So I can use this to move up, add
3.
2 to that, and
Yep.
move up 3. 1, 2, 3.
I got you. Hello, hello, hello.
Move there and get food.
Can't reach it, sorry.
All right, and then I'm gonna move here, and now I have to decide. Dig and get gold. That seems fine. So spend 1. Which one am I not gonna do? I'm not doing both of these. I'd like to do that one. All right, so I'm gonna spend the food I just got
And claim the
to
card.
do this
Oh,
and
no.
claim this. No, I'll do that in a second.
All right.
Getting there. So that'll go there. And that was just that because the action
Yep.
was that, right?
And that is,
Once per turn,
2 stones.
when you hit a pay space, it costs 1 less.
nice.
So this one's free, or this one costs 1.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? I didn't have to do that 2 boot. I'm gonna keep my 2 boot.
Because that.
Yeah.
Right. Yep.
Exactly.
There you go.
Yeah, because that could always be a point at the end too.
now-
Yeah.
2 resources to
that.
claim the card, right?
And 2 races to claim the card. Which, that's up what? I can't see the board, sorry. That I wanted to keep. All right, so 2 resources. I'll spend these.
They'll come back to the bottom.
Uh-huh.
That
and
goes either top of your deck or your discard. Which do you want?
This lets me load bullets. I'll do that as top. Okay. So that got me there. And now, what do I want to do with that?
You can move back up.
I could, or
I believe it will, Brian. I think Raynor's taken a copy to
that
Dice
and a
Tower. Aren't you, Raynor?
resource.
Yeah, this is definitely one of those games that's planning the game, right?
I need to do that. I think. So this is a boot and a resource to move here.
Okay.
So I need to get on there, especially if I have bullets now. Unfortunately, no, I don't have enough resources, but that's fine. So that's that.
Yep, you're passing at this point, right? Okay. All right, Ken, go for it.
All right.
Yeah,
it all planned
I cannot
out.
stress how important it is when it's not your turn to try and figure out the composition of the order of your cards to save on downtime.
Just because I know you guys are hoping to match those sets, I'm offering rabbits and bears.
Oh my. All right, so I will actually come on over and I will go ahead and trap a bear.
And the bear
And-
is gold, right?
Yep.
And rabbits
So I will get rid of that.
food.
So this guy is going to go here.
All right, what's he do?
He's going to allow me to ignore the cost for this bear, and instead of having to pay, actually get a double boot.
Nice.
So I'm going to make this guy. Normally you would go the other direction and go the green
Sure.
first. That's where you get all your stuff, but actually it works out better for me this way this time. So I'm going to get 2 food. 2 food. I'm going to shovel, and for my shovel action, I'm going to spend a food and get whichever one is cheapest, basically.
Okay.
There.
And refill, if
And
you would. I can't
refill.
reach.
Yeah, I got
so-
it. Same
Yep,
guy.
there you go.
Yep. Then I'm going to take my fur trade action, which gives me a wood. And then I'm going to take my bear action, which instead of costing 2 for nothing, costs 0 for a double boot.
How about that?
And then he gets done with his path, which frees this guy up to leave the cabin, come up here.
Yep.
Gonna... That's where the decisions start to get hard.
So you guys is this making sense? Are you guys able to follow along as to what we're doing and why?
Right.
So I can't spend the resources to move my wagon if I want to also move up on a track this turn.
Yeah.
So it's an
there's the
either
rub.
or. An either or. So I think I'm going to choose to not move the wagon, sadly.
Okay.
Sadly. So what I will do is take the opportunity to move this guy up, because who doesn't like a pair of boots? I'm a fan of a pair of boots token.
Meaning you think I'm going to claim that card?
If you don't, I'll just claim it next time. But I don't mind a ride back down to the bottom of the mountain
Okay.
for a pair of boots.
All
So
right.
I'll take a stone. I will simply not use these 2 boot, which is not exactly optimal, but I'll live with it. Ooh, a gold. Hello.
There you go, right?
Ding ding. And now we're here. And now I can spend 1 of each resource to go up on the track of my choice. And I think I'll go up on the gray track and get another gold. Because I hear gold.
You get a gold, but I will go ahead and piggyback
Gold is
and
good.
get a
Grab
stone.
a stone.
Jess, do you wish to? You can grab a stone from piggybacking there.
See, this is why you need to have your things planned out, because am I going to use that? Arg.
Are you doing anything else on your turn?
I'm done.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm returning here.
Well, I'm not getting that.
So here, I'll let you
No,
think of
no,
this card.
no.
You're not going to? All right.
no.
Before we get started, here. Come on. Really? Come on. There we go. Cheers, John.
Cheers.
Good job.
Thank you for the support. Be like John, y'all. Go to pledgehc.com. Support the show. Thank you, John. Welcome. All right. So my 3 cards. So I will go there.
Do I want to?
There we go. All right. I have the rabbit and beaver. for those interested.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm going to spend this guy so I can still use the cabin again.
So
next time.
I cannot use the cabin for this
Right.
because both of my guys are being used already. So what we will do is we will go ahead and bring this guy up. He'll get a couple of food. Then he's going to mosey on along. He's going to pay one of those food. And we're going to claim that card. Yay! So both of these come all the way down. He gets a double boot. And looking at this, I actually think... Boy, that's a really tough choice on where to put this. But I think I'm going to actually take it now. So that, or, you know, for the next turn. So I will have that there. Then I will go ahead and get 2 wood. There. And I will go ahead and move 1. I'll go ahead and join the party right there.
It's a good party.
And I will spend a stone and 2 wood. I like that. So I will spend the food to do that. Then I will get another stone. Then, do I want to spend another boot and 2 resources, huh? Do I want to spend 2? I do. I will spend 2 stone, and I will go ahead and advance to there, even though it doesn't help me yet. I'm future proofing. And then I'm going to go ahead and get 1 of those stone back. Then I man, I really want that. That would be 2 resources. Do it. You know what? We will be short-sighted, I think. Yep, I'm going to spend 2 resources. So a couple of wood, and I'm going to claim that first cabin.
That's a really good one. Probably should have bought it last time.
So there's that. And both of my guys have made it to the end, but alas... Oh, wait a minute. Did I... Oh, I screwed this up. Aye! Yep. Thank you. That should be there.
Oh, no.
No, I had it right.
You just need a mule.
There you go. I
That's
missed the
what you
mule.
need.
That's it. I pushed it too far down.
Yeah. So you get the
Good.
mule.
There we go. That was the important part that I was forgetting. Can I have the mule, please, Jess? There you go. Thank you. Sorry about that, guys. I get right there. So he'll come there. So now...
You don't have any gold, though.
I don't,
But
but I will.
it looks pretty.
Right.
You. Oh, yeah, eventually you will. Sure.
Right. So that's it.
If you still have him.
Nobody's going to take my mule. There. Those will go away.
With all that gold, we can maybe buy a second mule.
1, 2. You would think so, right? So there we
I
go.
don't think mules
Just
work
need
that
one
way.
more mule.
Boom,
Need
done.
another
There
mule
we
to
go.
make the other mule. That's the problem.
Right.
We're stuck.
Right.
Fair.
Gold
All right.
doesn't make a mule.
Thank you. Sorry about that, guys. All right.
I learned an important lesson about mules today. Oh, thank you.
Yep. All right. There we go. Jess, you're up.
Okay, well, that made my decision for me. I was deciding things. No. I'll do that. Right? I didn't push that far enough. Okay.
No, I don't need that.
Okay. This guy's gonna go down here.
All right. What animals do you have?
Just a fox.
Just a fox, huh?
Just a fox.
Hold on. Do I want to? Man, I got
You-
cat. I'll decide here in a minute.
So this guy's gonna stay down here. I'm gonna bring out my guns. This is gonna go. So I have 1 bullet. I'm gonna go here. So boots become a thing where I can move a guy backwards. Is that to what? Save from
No, to
somebody
do
taking
an
it?
action again.
Oh, on here.
Yeah, on a
But
on a
only
path.
the guy on the green path.
Correct.
Yes.
Note that. Yes.
And
And
it's just 2 boots, or is it?
Pretty. It's
4
looks-
boots.
It's 2 double boot tokens.
Two double boot tokens, so it's pretty expensive.
expensive. Right.
That's wow.
But if you can move backwards onto say gold, or I guess on one of the advanced actions like 2 bullets or something like that.
Sure, right.
Right.
I mean,
So as of right now, this is how we're figuring ours out, but that is subject to change depending on what people do.
okay, I don't want to do that. But I do want a green one. It's so expensive, but I guess I'm going to do that. So I have to pay a resource to do that, first
Right.
of all. And then if I want the
Last
double
one,
meat
yep.
one, because I can't take another brown one, right?
It's once per turn.
Well, no, she just means because she can't
Oh,
replace
correct.
that one.
Right. No,
Yeah.
correct. I apologize.
Can't
Sorry.
take another
Yes.
brown one. So I guess I want that one. I'm never going to use all those boots just to go back one.
Yeah, that
doesn't
seems
seem
expensive, right?
worth it. So I might as well just use one boot now to get that
All
one.
right, so the...
And
can you
now
reach it?
I have this guy down here. So since I did a claim, I get a gold.
There you go. And
That's
then
why
that
he's there.
refills. What do we have? A double or 2 boots?
2 boots equals a gold.
Or
Not bad.
or
Traded.
a
Amount of
double
times.
boot
That's
equals a
really
banked
good.
It was a banked double boot, which is
That's
pretty
kinda
nice.
nice.
Yeah, that is
That would have come in handy for me on my last trip.
Right, yeah, when you didn't use
All right.
it, yeah.
So now, am I going to claim again? Okay.
The action you
This
move
is-
to and the action you move from,
So I'll take
assuming you
these
move in the
two.
middle. Got it, okay. The Donner Mule team, yeah, Scott.
So I could do that again. It will take 2. Oh, I don't have any double
It's
boot actions.
once per
though.
turn, if you're talking about that.
No, to use that. Oh, you're right. So I can't use that now. So I won't. So he's going to go all the way over. This guy comes back up.
Ready to rock and roll.
He gives me another thing.
Although it'd be more as you spin the chambers.
Yep.
Oh, you took it. I wasn't going to do that, but I mean, I had the opportunity. So, now this is wild again. But I
Yep.
don't want to use it. What do I want to do with this boot?
Well,
I
you
guess
can
just
start
move
moving
that up.
upwards.
Or it's a boot and 2 resources. Yeah, I don't want to do that. Okay, so I'll move up. 2. And wood and over. Now, do I have anything? I could move up over there and get a gold. But that's all my resources. It is a gold though. Yeah, I'll do that. So I'll do that one.
All right, so Jess is moving up the stone track or the gold track, whichever you prefer. So do you wish to piggyback, sir?
I would love it, but I can't. I need this cabin too much.
Okay, so I definitely am going to use that cabin. I know that. And I really like the idea of being able to flip. Oh, I don't have. Hold on. So here, real quick. So the things that I'm considering. So even though it's not my turn, I would like to take the mule back. But more importantly, I also want that. That I think is more important. So I think that's going to have to go like so, to where now I got to fight off the bear, but I want that to be able to do so. So if I do that, then it behooves me to make sure that I have resources for at least one.
So when the mule moves up here, you still pay those, right? Like he's just
Yeah,
an extra person
correct.
to
It's just
do
an
all
extra
3.
worker. But my thinking is I want to man this with him, so I can't use that to piggyback there. So I got to save it to be able to piggyback there so I can
Right.
use my fur action. Arrgh! Okay, I'm not, in other words.
All right,
Not piggybacking.
so let's talk about this action up here.
Okay.
So if I go there, I
Yes.
use bullets to shoot things. How do I do this?
Well-
I'd have to be a 6.
Yes.
Unless you're the sheriff.
Unless you're the sheriff, then it has to be a 5. And
Yeah.
it's 1 bullet per. Correct. It is punitive early on. However, if you have an icon that I have, say this icon, it allows you to just fill the chamber, so you get all 6 rounds. Gives you 6 chances. That seems a little bit better.
6 chances seems good.
At about 17.5%.
And if I rolled the way I rolled last night, it wouldn't matter how many chances I get.
There
I
is
roll a
that.
6. I think I rolled.
And to be clear-
I think I rolled a 6.
Right, and
I
This
did.
was
I
your
did
call.
pick this module up.
Right.
I think I used up all my bad rolls last night. So
All right. All right. Oh, the setup is quick with the mountain. Once you get the cards separated,
That's me. You're in.
all right. So I have got a fox and a bear. Fox and a bear.
Well, I guess I'm doing the fox.
All right.
Foxy fox.
Yeah,
so
the
we will
mountain
trap
is just
there,
fun
there.
to
The
set
what?
up. The mountain is just fun to set up.
Yeah.
It's really quick
Well, you
and
did
it's
a
also
really nice
just,
job
like,
of
fun.
getting it like really even. So
Oh, no.
That
you-
would be me.
Yeah, I was going to say.
All right.
I knew
I had a
she was
blast
going to
doing
point this
it.
out. Right. yeah.
It was really great. And yes, it looks like The Sound of Music. So what do we have? The fox, but I have no reason. Oh, I do have a resource.
All of a sudden, it's starting to look like Mount St. Helens. The
So
whole
I can
north face
flip
of the wall.
that.
has-
Do I want to, though?
So I would have loved it if I could put the bear in the more expensive spot again, but it turns out for reasons. So this guy's gonna. I need this guy freed up before that all happens. So he's coming down here.
He's stone, but I have
He's
to get
coming
these
up here.
flipped.
Uh-huh.
My fur trade action is give me a wood and a food. That's getting
Yep.
better all the time. Bear,
Joshua.
nothing except some boots, and then 2 stone.
Yeah, I will.
And then this guy will come up here. I think that one we're going to.
Don't forget that mountain cards are points based on this.
Yeah.
Okay? Just reminding everybody.
Oh, yes. I have not forgotten. I'm going to. I think the maximum. Yeah. All right. I'm going to use these 2, a wood and a food, to move my wagon.
All right. You are blue.
I'm blue. I'm going to take a gold. Get 2 bullets.
Hey,
bullets.
load them up. Hit them out.
My fella's going to walk 1.
Say there, or do you want to go where Jess is?
You pick.
Okay.
I'm going to take another resource. I'm going to spend 2. So it turned out it didn't really matter. I'm going to spend 2 of these.
What does the fox say? That's
Don't do
terrible.
that.
And a double
That was
boot.
mean.
No, it's in my head.
To get
I
up
hate
here
you.
and grab this card.
Nice. And where's it going?
That's a really nice question. It's a great question. Do I want it next turn?
Do you see Joshua? Mike
I think
Stepkids
I-
wore me out on that song when it came out.
I think I do want
That
it
was
next
you in,
turn.
in Shark.
The,
Baby Shark.
oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. No.
Gonna head back down there.
And once somebody claims that, once that happens,
it's going to open
right?
up a lot
Yeah.
more cards. So, so now all of those actions have been taken. My guys can go up here. I don't really have a lot to do except
That's right, Eric. That's what his stepkids
spending
wore
2
about.
gold for
To
a
freely
free
move
movement.
there.
That's why I felt like
Yeah.
I had to take that one. Because this one's just so good, but it's better. The farther down you get, the better it is.
Sure, for
Spending
sure.
2 gold for 3 resources and 2 boots.
Seems pretty strong.
Yeah, I like
Seems
it.
good.
So
You're gonna try and take out an outlaw. You got 2 bullets. You got 2 chances. You used all the bad rolls last night.
I'm gonna hold off.
I thought you might.
2 rolls at a 6. Don't like my odds.
I really like getting the mule back. Alas. Oh, notice it's 2 bullets in a wood on
Yeah,
this one.
yeah.
right? Okay.
That's why
all
I kept
right.
this one next time because
Yeah.
I've got to fill your 6-shooter
Right.
action and then yeah.
What is this?
All right, so
You're done, right?
I am, but I am very excited to see that bear.
All right, yeah, so we have a bear and a badger.
Oh, we got the badger.
We have the badger.
I'm definitely spending a food to get him. I don't know which guy I'm moving yet.
Okay, the bear,
I need to look at these
not
cards
the badger.
before.
Why would you
Interesting.
really not the badger?
The bear's a gold every time you fur trade.
Yeah,
got the
but the
bear,
badger's the sheriff.
I like the gold. I'm going
All right.
bear.
Right?
Okay, all right. Oh, hey, before I take my turn.
Wow, crushing it
Yay!
tonight.
All right. No, actually, 4 is officially crushing it.
Oh, okay.
So we're halfway to crushing.
Halfway
we're
there,
doing
guys.
well.
Half
Join
of crushing
in.
it.
So
Cheers.
hold on. Cheers to Joshua. Cheers.
Thanks for joining, Joshua.
Welcome to the herd. Appreciate it. All right. This game is ripe for animal jokes. Yeah, exactly.
It is.
I busted out that hole. We don't need no stinking badgers. All right. So we are definitely going to come down here and man, the single wood turns into a double wood one. You betcha.
Okay, I decided I'm using this guy for my trapping action.
Okay.
Now that I look
All
at
right.
my cards.
So we get one movement. There. Then we will get 1 gold. Then the double move is actually going to go 1 to there. I'm going to waste the second one because I'm not advancing to there.
Yeah.
And I will take 1 wood, but this says, oh, hey, looky there. I get a Paro wood. Now that he has made it to the end, because that spot's blank, now he'll go ahead and come up. And Fur Trader. Fur Trader says I get a stone, a gold, and a wood. Now, Rainer, here's a question for you. With the single wood, oh, it's not manned. If it were manned, would I
good
get a
question.
double wood in that case? I'm curious. I realize it's not manned, but if it were. So let's see. We get a wood, a stone, and a gold. Woohoo! All right. So now we will fight the bear. We'll go ahead and toss 1 wood. And now we will get a single movement. Huh. I need double. Oh, I can't. Man, that's expensive. Not gonna.
No, the cabin only affects the green path.
Thank you.
That
All
makes
right.
perfect
Oh,
sense.
yeah, duh. They're color coordinated. Thank you.
No, the background, the reason I was questioning is the background on those is green, so I was like,
Oh, fair point.
maybe?
So I will spend 2 resources here, however. And I will spend...
Fill that 6-shooter.
Yep, I'm going to spend a stone and a wood to do so. And that says, whoop, we get all 6. So somebody is going to go outlaw a hunting at our next chance. And I have 2 gold and I have 1 wood. But what we're going to do now that everybody has made it down the end is I'm going to go ahead and bring one of these guys up. And I'm going to spend 2 of those bullets and 1 wood, which is risky, but I think it's worth doing. I think for the double... You know what? I am not. I take that back. I am not going to do so. I'm not going to take that action. So I forego any special actions or any summit actions. Sorry. There, done. These go to the discard. There's 1, and I will shuffle, and that's my turn. Jess, you're up.
Read Brian's comment. I just can't.
Killed him with a bear when he was only 3. Edward Uhler, King of the Wild Frontier. You betcha.
I was so.
And then a giant nursed me. No, never mind. Okay,
bad.
there you go. There
I was
you go.
so into Grizzly Adams as a kid. That
Nice.
was like
That's a great,
my
that's a great.
hero.
That song is gonna be stuck in my head all night. Now.
Beats Baby Shark. All right. What
And
animals?
we're back to that. Badger and a bear.
Oh, we got a badger?
Yes,
Oh,
you're welcome.
thank you.
You help me out. I help you out.
It's symbiotic.
Co-op game.
Not really,
No.
but there.
All right, this guy's down
Oh,
here.
that
so I
sheriff
can't
comes
put
in
it down
real
here.
handy when you got...
Can put this
6 bullets?
here,
Yeah.
but I don't have a dig, so I don't need to. So I'm just gonna move him up here. Oh, yeah, because he was in the. Oh, I guess I could have moved that one, but I still don't want to move that guy down there. Because I'm not getting food. Doesn't matter. These guys are going up. So I can get the sheriff. Where's that sheriff card?
Here you
Right
go.
there.
Thank you. All right. Just want to see how this plays out. Now I have 6.
You got to spend a resource for it though.
Yeah. Oh, I don't have 1. Well, I can keep moving. All right. What do I want to do with that? Again, no resources. I planned poorly. That's going to open up. Oh. So I'm going to use that there. Skip.
Oh, it's perfect. Done. Final answer.
Get a gold.
Which you can turn into a resource with a mule.
Yeah. So this became something that then went back. And
Now you're a sheriff with 6 bullets.
now I'm a sheriff with 6 bullets.
Nice.
Now I'm gonna go here. I don't need 2 bullets. Ugh, I could have just gotten those, but I'll get a wood, gold, and a stone. Those are my little farm.
Oh yeah, I guess you
I'm
could
gonna
just
ignore that.
keep them on your Tableau. Huh? Yeah, instead of off board. Yeah.
This is gonna go up there,
Here we go. Lock and load.
right?
Let me see the rule book. It's the first time we've run through this.
Fire at will.
All right, so real quick, before you fire at Will, I don't know what Will has done to you, but if you're gonna, I guess his name is Will.
His name is Will.
That's awesome. All right, so one at a time, you can roll, and 5 or higher, because you're the sheriff.
But do I take a damage each time? Or
No,
at the end
no,
of
it's
this?
at the end of it. If you do not
And
capture
I have
him,
6 chances.
right, you would lose a cabin or move this back 1 step.
At the end of it.
Right,
If I don't.
5 or a 6. Yeah, you can roll right here. There's 1.
Come on, better than that.
There,
Six.
boom, got him.
All
2
right.
bullets used.
2 bullets used.
2 bullets.
All right, so there we go. So you take the top one. If it's the last outlaw removed, flip it, and it drops down.
You also get a gold because you're the sheriff.
Yep, exactly. You get a gold for capturing him. And now this card will flip up.
Eric, so well done.
Oh.
Goodwill hunting.
Oh, nice.
How you like
Nice.
them
Well done.
apples?
There you go. And you're done. You cannot target another bandit, another bandito.
No.
All right, and done. There you go. Well done.
Thanks.
Nice shooting.
I don't have.
Jess?
Okay, so
Jax?
this is still.
Jax.
This has to be down there.
There you go.
Okay. What's up?
Actually, that actually did me a solid. I see things snowballing a bit now.
Wait, so I could pay 2 resources. No, that's not going to give me enough. I was just making sure I couldn't do anything else there. Because I have this guy, but nope.
That is true, Chip.
So I didn't pass here,
Okay.
so nothing happens. I just.
You're good.
So you're done? Mm-hmm. All right, discard and draw.
All right.
And what does my friend...
Got bears and beavers, which I believe you guys have
Bears
already
and
got.
Beavers. What do you have? You have a rabbit left?
Yeah.
And I have a rabbit left.
Need somebody to do a rabbit.
All right, here, real quick, Ken, before you take your turn,
Yep.
Yeah.
3/4 of the way to crushing it.
you're right, we are now owning it, not crushing quite yet. So, cheers, Jeremy. So, cheers.
Welcome.
Yeah. Refill on tea if we get too many more of those.
All right, well, hey, happily, I will make you a new cup of tea, okay?
So, I'm going to use my special bear power. Again, this bear power, I can't get enough of it. I love it. So, go in here, getting 2 wood. Go in here, spending both wood.
Absolutely, Rainer. Go
Because
for
I
it.
can't buy
That's
the
fine.
cheap one. I think I want 2 boots equals gold more than I want 2 boots equals
2 banked
2
boots.
banked boots. They're both great, but
By the way, Jason says, I'm ready for Rainer. I went home and trained for a year. Well played.
Yeah.
Well played, Jason.
Well played,
All right.
Jason. And if you don't know what we're talking about, you need to go back and watch the April 1st
Yes.
stream. We'd love for you to know what we're talking about. You should definitely check it out.
fur trade, food, wood, gold,
All right.
What
bear,
do I want?
pay nothing, get a double boot, done, can come off my cabin, single boot, we'll walk.
These
Stone.
boots are made for walking.
They are.
That's just what
Gold.
they'll do.
It's all gold all the time.
Noticing a trend.
Another single boot, gold.
Oh, by the way, there is the rifle.
Spending double boot. Here's the thinking.
Yep.
Either I get it, or I get a double boot,
right.
so it costs me nothing.
Right, exactly, and you're on it, right?
Yeah.
Ready to go.
So here, and now, the glory of this new card is that I can spend the 2 bullets over here. I'm a peace-loving guy. I'm just gonna. I think maybe I traded the bullets to somebody, and a stone, and that'll move me up on the gray track,
Which gets you a
gets me
gold.
another gold.
And Jess, do you want a stone right here for moving for one of your workers? I'm debating. I need a moment.
No. I'm hoping you play a rabbit.
And if only I had that pesky mule,
I know,
I
right?
could now go up
Try
another
take it
track
from
of
me.
my choice. I would happily do that.
You'd have
But
it for a turn.
I would have to just.
So that would get me a stone, as opposed to. So it's either do I want stone or wood?
The April 1st
Or
stream
a
this
whole
year
bunch of-
is the unboxing of the Teotihuacan pre-classic period.
Late pre-classic,
late
yes.
pre-classic period. So if you go and look at that, that is our April 1st stream.
I am not going to take that resource.
All right. So, and then I reach the passing
Wait a minute.
phase.
I am, because
boy.
I got mine backwards. I am going to take that stone. Sorry.
All right.
There we go. All right, you're done?
I am done.
All right,
Drawn
I know
3
I didn't
cards.
show you guys my cards. That's all right. We get to play.
Live. Do it.
There you go. Here we go. We have
They're
rabbit.
bloody. Yay! All
And we have honey badger.
What do I
Just
do?
don't give a...
right. I'm definitely
Spend a
doing rabbit.
resource.
I just got to pick a resource.
So Jess's are all flipped now.
Do I want? I definitely don't.
I cannot do any of my cabins since they are both down here. So we will go ahead and take 2 food.
Neat.
I'm going to take this guy this time. Yep. Done.
All right, so then I will advance here. I will spend 1 resource to dig. That's going to be a food. And we're going to go ahead and claim that card. Whoop. We fall back to the bottom. And I will figure out where that goes, whether it goes to my discard or the top of my deck. Probably the top of my deck, but we will see, depending on how... Oh, you know what? I guess technically I would have to decide right now, wouldn't I? I'm
Yeah.
going to put it to the top of my deck. There you go. Because the rest of my actions might dictate, so I don't want to do that.
Seems smart.
There's a new sheriff in town. You betcha. There we go. With
Now you
mooey
Now you just got to roll
bullets.
4.
Okay.
I'm sure you can roll
Exactly.
4
What by
in 6
just
rolls.
doing that actually helped me,
Yeah.
right?
Sure did.
So then we will go ahead and do a single move, which, check this, this will flip. And Jess, there you go. So that is now flipped for you. So a single move. There. Yeah. Then I will take a single wood, then a double move. There.
Watch it.
I don't know what you're talking about. Now he's made it all the way to the end, and I'm full of bullets, so I don't need. I'll just
Just
skip
gonna jump
that
right on over
and there. And let's face it, dude looks like a gunslinger.
Get there.
Here we go.
Can you roll below 4 6 straight times?
I don't like my
Being
chances.
very exciting if that happens.
So 4s are higher because I'm the sheriff. Here we go. There's 1.
you would like
You
10
sure?
your
There you
bullets for you? Keep them coming.
Okay, so here's my question, and I will stall for 20 seconds. Is this a can of die? Because it's leaning on the board. You guys tell me. First 3 answers, yes or no.
It's
Go ahead.
clearly a 1.
It's a 1. 2 answers were 2. There's 2 answers. Let's see.
I would count that as a 1 for myself, so I don't feel bad.
Wow.
Now we have to wait. I would. Would you not? For myself,
Totally.
I'd be like,
Absolutely.
dang
It's
it.
a 1.
It's a can of die. See, I'm a war gamer at heart, so that's a can of die. Just saying. Chip says re-roll. Hold on.
No.
I think Chip's just humoring you.
We'll
Was
see.
this your last one?
No, that's only my second one. Hold on. You
It's a
re-roll,
1.
yes?
There it is.
All right, well, the third
I
one.
wouldn't
There you
re-roll
go.
that.
All right. Okay, so
All
there's
right.
2.
There it is.
Well, then if we're not
We'll take
re-rolling,
it.
it
That
goes
counts.
both
Take it.
ways.
No, it
right?
goes
There
both
we go.
ways, and
There
I'm
you go.
solid with that.
3
That was a
bullets.
5.
I get
Enjoy
this
your
guy.
outlaw.
I get a gold as well.
This outlaw
because
killing thing seems like it's a
profitable.
seems like it's a good idea.
Profitable
I should
thing.
look into that.
In theory, so there we go. And actually, Drake brings up a good point. I could actually wait to see how I do on whether or not I want to refill it because that guy had made it all the way down. So technically, I could, for 2 resources, refill my
Oh,
weapon.
wait, you can just keep going?
No. What I'm
okay.
saying is, for that, he technically
he
gets
gets
there.
there.
3 bullets for 2
Right.
resources, which is
I don't think I'm going to
Yeah.
do.
not a bad trade, but
Also, not a good trade.
it's about an even trade, I would say.
I can't take any of the other bonus actions, so the turn of the yellow player is now complete. So we will go there. We will go there. Howdy, partner. Those go away. 3 new cards. J-Rex, you're up. Looking for a rabbit. Just saying.
I'm helping you out, don't worry. Well, it's annoying that doesn't help me, but...
I have a feeling that one of those is going to happen.
Guess what? It's a rabbit.
Is it?
Yeah.
All right. Awesome.
Oh,
You need
and
a fox?
beaver.
I need a fox, but I can't do it anyway. I've already used my trapping action for this round.
All right, I have not, and I will do so now. So he'll come down and trap him a fox. So he's going to discard a wood for that, and flip my last one.
All right.
Nice. All right.
What am I going to do with...
Well, it was hard to kill him. Nobody wanted to go after him. But now with the sheriff, you got a 50-50 shot. So
Yeah.
now it's a lot more, Jonathan. So it's a little slow.
I'll spend a wood.
Or a little slow, burn to begin with. So, wow, that's really good.
And
You know
I'll
what?
take that card.
All right.
And I'll put it at the top. And then, because I dug, I got my 1 gold. Okay, now he doesn't have to be down there anymore. I'll take 2 food. And I'll go here. I think I might dig again.
Ooh.
That'll take an extra resource. And you can change 2 boots. Oh, that'll be great. So you
Yeah,
can
that
change
one's
your boots into a
definitely get you
token.
some points.
You can bank them.
I'm
Right, yeah,
gonna
for sure.
Definitely take that one. So that's an extra. So I need
Exactly,
3
Josh, you're up.
resources for that. I wanted to do this thing. So I'm gonna first put this guy back. I guess he's still here technically. First put this guy back. Move this one up. Doesn't matter. I'll go here. And then go here to get a food, which then gives me what I need to go here and spend 2 food and a stone to take this action to get that.
That's the one you want?
Yeah.
And that one gets discarded. These scoot down.
I just wish he was down there right now
And
because I'm
there.
about to lose these.
And there.
But I was thinking I could use them, but I can't because I'm not down there. Next time. All right, so 2 boots. I can still at least get there. Right. Do I want to use that 1 boot to get further? I really do. But that means...
Even if I take it, though, you get a 2 boot token. So
That's true. I do get a 2 boot token.
those 2 boot tokens, I mean, clearly I'm a fan.
That's not a bad idea. But I also
Oh, you
have
could also move your wagon.
bullets.
Oh, right, because you got a
And I do need some
shooting
dough.
outlaws.
Oh,
That's
wait.
also a thing.
Right.
I should probably work on that.
And so I think but I have to get rid of gold to do that if I want to move up the other track, which gives me a 2 boot icon. Maybe don't worry about that, because these aren't going to garner points where you are in the base game.
Yeah.
I think it's you multiply this by where you are on here,
You
right?
still do that in this one.
Oh, I thought it was by how many outlaws you have.
No, the same. You do both.
It's both, yeah. So moving wagon is going to be doubly important. It's not only for all these scoring, but it's also outlaw
And this
scoring.
is time each of
Yeah,
those?
correct.
Correct.
And that.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So
that's
all of
super
those,
good.
okay? I like that, Jason. That's fair. We'll go with that.
I'm going to do that.
I hadn't planned on showing off the other 3 modules at the end, but I suppose we could. We're not really prepared for that, but I can at least show you in a rule book, roughly.
Take that. And now... It doesn't matter which one I move, but he's going to move up to that. Which bumps me on this track, which gives me a 2 boot.
You are green, so there. That gives you a double boot. Do you want a wood, sir?
As much as I'd like it, I got other plans.
Actually, I don't have use, I don't think, of that guy right now. So, yeah, I might as well. I'll go ahead and take a wood. Thank you. Because it's not going to work out the way I'm planning it, so. Weird how that happens, huh?
Sometimes it plays that way.
All right, you're done, Jess? Mm-hmm. All right, Ken.
All right. So, here we are.
Yeah, only being allowed to claim 1 outlaw per turn. It's a
Fox, rabbit. You guys
bummer.
are all set.
We're both full, so you don't even need to. Yep.
This guy's going to go down here and activate this thing. And I'm going to go ahead and waste a bunch of steps. Step for nothing. Take a stone.
Yeah, I feel good about
Double
that.
boot, but double boot actually equals gold. So I'm going to take the gold. And then I'm going to stop. Because I might be able to use that later. I'm going to go up here. I'm going to get 2 food.
Here, real quick, while he's thinking, one thing, if you guys didn't miss what Rainer says, anybody who is going to Gen Con, between now and July 1st, Sierra West is available for pre-order 15% off on the Board and Dice website. So if you pre-order it, pick it up at Gen Con, 15% off.
I'm going to spend 1 wood to take this card. Let's be back to the bottom of the mountain. This card seems like it's basically always good.
What?
This will flip
So
over.
I'm going to put
you.
it at the top of my deck.
Just FYI.
I want it as many times as I can get it. Then, since I already paid the money, I might as well get the 2 stone. Now I can use this boot to move up. And
Or do you want to move further over or anything? Because remember, all this is one
why don't we
space.
go here?
To the middle one?
I don't know that it's really going to matter, but just in case.
All right.
I'm going to take a wood. I'm going to go here. Then I'm going to go here. That's going to bump me on the campfire track. And more importantly, it's also going to hit me with a mule. Which the mule
Jess has lost the mule.
going to come down here.
And that's a lot of resources.
Yeah, it's going to allow me to... All right, think about this carefully. So that's for that. Then I might need 3 more, 4 more. Oy, 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 oy. So I really need to do all that. So I'm going to spend, this kind of sucks, but maybe it's for the best.
5 gold. Which are resources because of Mr. Mule.
To get that and 2 of something.
Okay.
And I'm going to use 2 of something to get this.
Which those slide down and refill.
Yep. And then,
And remember, what?
I need to spend 1 more. I'll just take a wood in case one of you guys traps a fox.
There you go. That's smart.
So, and then the mule is going to come up here and bump me 1 on the milestone track, which will give me a gold.
And Jess, do you want to do that for a stone? Piggyback on the trader action?
No.
And my other guy is going to spend these, bump me another time, which is going to be another gold.
Are you sure? Doubly sure. Okay. All right.
Woo!
Good job.
Mule.
Done? There we go. All right, well, none of my guys can hit up the cabins. That's a bummer, but that's okay. Because we are going to, that would give me a double boot, wouldn't it? That seems good. So I am going to go ahead and go there, which, man, I'm going to move there for sure. Then, you know what? Odds are Jess is probably going to take that action.
Sorry, what animals
I'm
did you
gonna move
reveal?
there. I apologize. Bear and badger.
That doesn't help me at all.
I'm sorry. Okay. So I will take a gold. I will get a double boot token.
Yeah.
And I will get a food and make it to the end. Then this guy is going to get all that. I already am the sheriff,
So you might as well take
I will
two
take
bullets.
2 bullets. I will take a wood, a stone, a food, and a gold. That's one of everybody. Excuse me, Jess. Right there. That's nice. Then I will go ahead and pay 1, which will be a stone to hit the bear and not worry about him. Then 1 movement. I will... You know what? Back up. I've already done this, so we're going to pause for a minute. I've already paid for the bear. So... Oh. May have messed up a little bit, but that's okay. So first things first is he's going to come up here, and I'm going to spend 2 bullets and a food. I hope you enjoyed it. I will take the mule.
It was amazing. I hope it's as good for you as it was for me.
All right. So now I have all of these resources here.
Yep.
So the mule is actually going to... Do I want to convert before I do this? So let's see. If I have that, that, and that is for any one, and then I need a wood and 2 bullets. I'm going to convert these all 5. So it's going to be a stone for 1. Then it's going to be 1 more of each for those 3 gold. Then he's going to come up, and I'm going to turn in, and I'm going to actually convert that last one into another wood as well. There. So I'm going to convert 1 of each into any 1 track. That extra track is going to ingest. If you want to piggyback for a food, you could do so. Or if you want to piggyback for a food or a wood, you can do so. So that's going to be a double boot. And then the movements stay in there. I did that wrong. A moment. Let's say he went there instead. I apologize.
Okay.
I would have spent 2 bullets, and I'll get my food and stone back temporarily. There. Then I will spend 2 to refill that. That's the order in which we wanted it. And then we're going to come up here to spend 1 of each there to then be able to advance up 1 more, which is going to be up here for a gold.
I like it.
That's about as good as I know how to do. Done.
All right, spend that to get that.
There. Those will go away. And we're ready for bear, so to speak. Done. J-Rex, you're up. Okay.
Show me a fox.
No.
God,
Well, I can show you.
on.
I can show me if
You guys are jerks.
All right. So who? Oh, right. I can't have them both. That was bad planning. Somebody's going to be up there.
Yeah, that is one of the things about
Darn
it.
it.
Like, you basically get either the greens or the.
Yeah. Oh,
Or the- or
that's
the
not a
tans.
coincidence. I've
Yep.
noticed. Yeah,
Yep.
for sure. Right.
Just like the shovel's always on a space you have to pay for. Like, there are some things
Right.
that are clearly part of the design.
Or is there something the two boots can do? Oh, gosh, this is painful. I should get rid of this cabin thing. All right, I'll do that.
I have got to be able to shoot more people.
So I should have, oh, I wasted an action. I should have done that. Because he had to come up anyway.
So I realize
if you're not putting a guy down here, one of them, you're missing out. And I
Yeah.
realize that.
Yep.
I was trying to keep them both for cabins. Can't do that. All right. Pull it. And I'm not going to spend a resource. So I really can just take that green one. Yeah. Because I don't have to. I don't care. I just want one.
Yeah, that's where I was the last time I did it. I was just like, which one is
Whatever.
cheap?
So I
Right.
spent that for that.
I mean, they're all
And
pretty good in their own
then
way.
I do get a gold because this guy's on there. Take that. He can come off now. Get a boot.
whenever
not
we
doing
clear one of the
anything
outlaw
here.
cards, so there's one left, 3, 3, 3.
Yep.
But once we start getting these cards, then, but now that we have shovels available, that's probably going to happen a lot more.
I can't use that. So that double boot, I could spend 3 resources I don't have. So skip. And then he can go up here. We'll do that. And there's 0.
That does not matter. I have
I
made
guess
my
I could have
decision.
used that double boot to go up there. So hopefully you knock me off and do a double boot. Because I don't really care about that card. So I'm going to use the double boot to go here and hope you knock me off.
Okay.
Oi. And he's up here. So I have a single boot I'm not going to use for anything.
You guys are just trying to surf the.
All right.
Yes,
You're
the
going to
mooch.
knock yourself off,
So now I'm going to go on this. What do you mean?
right? Because you're about. If you shoot this outlaw off, this card's going to go down
Oh,
there.
I don't get anything.
So if you want to move back,
No.
you can.
No. Oh, because it goes down here.
Yeah.
Right.
You
so
should probably.
There you go.
Yeah, exactly.
That's fine. Just
And it does nothing for you? Why did you go there?
Well, if you knock Edward off,
I get
he'll
the
get
double
boost,
boot.
but if you knock yourself off, you get nothing.
right.
Okay.
Smart move on your part,
Thanks.
by the way.
I assumed she was going to.
Yeah. I mean, I think outlaws are getting shot on a
Okay.
pretty regular basis from the rest of the game.
I do like their chances. So you are not the sheriff, so you need a 5 or a 6, and you have 6 bullets. Go for it. Well,
Oh,
okay.
I could wait. I can spend 2 bullets. That's fine. I got the 6. I'm good with that.
Spend 2 bullets?
I'm just making sure I have
Oh,
what I
yeah.
can.
Well,
All right, so
doesn't.
that was
There
one.
you go. So outlaw, claim it.
Yep.
Go for it.
He's mine. You do your
And
thing.
there, and I will come down here. So
All
now,
of a sudden, it's a 4, 5, or 6.
there you go. And I get what do I get? I get double boot for that
Skipping that.
You get a double boot?
because she knocked me off.
Spend
Oh,
2.
right.
Right
And
there you go.
And
You go up on
I
the milestone
bump
track.
up on
Which one? The
all
right
the
one.
way to the right.
All right, since Jess didn't have my animal, I now have an action where I can take a resource. So I might as well take it with this guy.
Yeah, I will take that for a stone. Get a stone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's not.
Done? All right.
Nice shooting.
You're right. Well done. Nice shot, Tax, or Jax, as it were. Okay.
All right.
Doesn't matter what animals you have. Jess and I are maxed out. We've
Coolio.
tracked everything.
So this guy, Dick, going down here, the old magic bear trick works every time.
They do not learn.
Two wood. Gonna go here. How You might ask, am I going to use that shovel? Well, I'm going to spend that to go here. Oh, well, hang on. This might be a better card.
Oh yeah, that should flip. There you go.
Or it might be exactly the same card.
They are, and it's random how all the cards except for the 1 through 5 cards.
Right. So I'm just going to go to this one because that way I don't give Jess any stuff.
Right.
Or you.
It'd be just the double boot.
I'm going to double boot. I'm going to spend a resource. It'll be this resource.
And Jess gets a double boot. There you go, Jess.
That'll come out.
Oh, wait, you do not get it. Sorry, he went to the other one. You'll get it probably on my turn.
Do I care about being the sheriff next turn? Well, that would help. It would really help if I knew what was in this. If I had thought carefully and remembered what was in this.
Weird how that works.
Is there one in there that's going to load a 6-shooter for me?
I don't know.
What do we think?
You can look.
I'm going to give it a try.
Yeah?
We'll see what happens.
Okay.
And then, for trade, looking pretty good these days. Food, 2 bullets, because I know I'm going to be sheriff start of my turn next time.
Got it.
A wood and a gold. I love that gold. And bear or...
Not today. Or double boot.
2
Just
boots.
run quicker.
This guy is now free to come on up here. He can walk. I'll walk up. I'm going to take a food. I'm going to take 2 more bullets. I'm going to take another walk. That looks pretty good.
Well, unless you feel one of those, right?
This one's probably not good. Well, actually, it could clear by the start of my next turn.
No, it can't. We can only do 3.
Well,
Or
I'm going
only
to shoot.
do 2.
I'm going to shoot one.
Oh,
You're
you
going to
could.
shoot one. She might shoot
not.
one.
Just FYI, I'm probably not. You don't know that, but I'm probably not.
It doesn't matter. So take a gold. Why not? That sounds good. I like gold.
So I hear.
Here, certainly, we are going to take this action.
For free, or 2 gold to move up there.
I'll take it. And then I hear these outlaws
2
are
bullets.
causing trouble.
Dead. You do not get the extra point.
The extra
or the extra gold.
I'll live with it.
But you do get the outlaw.
Yep.
Josie Wales. Bring it up
And,
just a hair. Outlaw. Just a hair.
How's that?
Perfect.
Okay. And I think that's going to be the end of my turn. That's
all right.
I can do.
Okay, so we have planned this out.
Fox.
Yes, Fox.
I like where your head's at. Spending a resource of some kind. Go.
So coming down here
A wood.
does make sense. So we will do so, I think. So we will go there. That's going to be a single boot means a double boot. So he's going to go. He gets 2 movement. Yep. We're going to go 1, 2. He's going to get a food. I'm going to get the mule. Oh, I have him already.
Ooh, congratulations.
Thank
on your
you.
mule.
And then a single boot is a double boot. We'll just use 1 there. So there's 1. When he does the action, he actually has 2. But we're going to pause that. We're going to get 2 wood. We're going to spend 1 of those wood to then be able to get this. So Jess now gets her double boot. This will go onto the top of my deck, and both of those will flip. You got your double boot, Jess? Mm-hmm. Okay. And then for the second movement that I would have gotten, I'll move him. There.
Nicely done.
Then I will go ahead and take 2 stone. Then I will take a food. And then I will go ahead and use 1 of my double boots. And we'll go ahead and move to there. That's 1 action. Or wait. Yeah, I'll do that.
Smart.
And then I will go there and discard 2 stone
You got enough.
to go and claim that mountain space. He'll come down. That will go to the top of my deck as well. Now we're at the end of all of these. So I just realized I'm somehow still short 1 gold. I don't know how I failed to plan this, but... Oh, wait, there it is. No, I didn't. This guy will come up here and spend 2 stone and a food, which will then advance me. If anybody wants a stone, you can do so. That will get me 1 gold. Ken, if you want a stone, you can do so on this.
Want to use that guy?
And then
I think I'm gonna hang out.
this guy is going to spend those 2 gold to then advance up the wagon track for free. Then Mule will come up and do his due diligence, which is 1 food and 2 wood, to then advance up there, which gets me a double boot. And if anybody would like a wood, you can do so. And that is my best or worst, depending on how you see things.
So
Done.
when can you use these double boots? You have to have a boot action.
Free action.
Free
Just a
action,
free
whenever.
action.
Follow your heart.
Okay.
Yep.
Just making
And
sure.
you're up, Jess.
I know. I'm
Okay.
still deciding if I wanted to piggyback on you. Which was yours? You went up
I went up on these 2 tracks.
So stone or wood.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to do the stone. I just got to figure out which guy. If he's down there. Where do I want that? I think I want that. All right, so he's going to go down there. Let's take this down. It is not a fox. Did you get your fox yet?
Yeah, we're all good on animals, so
Yep.
no more trapping for any of us, okay? So is everything, are you guys following along? Everything making sense for you guys? We are quickly, believe it or not, approaching the end of the game.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, there's 8 more outlaws.
Right. Well,
But-
I'm going to be pinging 2. Probably.
Man, how do you get 6 bullets?
Just automatically refill.
Oh,
That's
I want to do that yet. No. Which one I have to assign? Where do I want them assigned?
I do need cabins. Let's not forget
That
about
has to
that
get there.
either, because that's 6 points, right?
So you're picking a green cabin. Like
Correct, unless you have the one that
Yeah.
Ken has.
a
Right.
rule breaker.
Rainer says we're playing well. Thanks, Rainer. Appreciate
Not
it.
this one. Do I want 2 stone or do I want to bank that boot? I need to get up there. So that's not super helpful. So I guess I'll do this one. Oh, but I could just use the one. Nope, I'll do this one.
Ugh.
Go there.
Ooh, that's ugly. Ooh, okay, not an option.
So 1 stone.
So it's either going to be that or that. All right.
And I'll take a 2 boot token since I can.
Yeah, the cards did not really come out in exactly the order I wanted.
Right,
Answer
same.
my question, did I need that sheriff card on top? Was no, I did not.
Okay, all right, there you go.
But
You just need to advance further on the wagon trail to maximize your scoring potential. Yeah, oh, definitely. That's
working on it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We see the end coming. All right,
Pay
so
the
just...
thing to claim.
Okay. Whee! So let's go ahead and kind of boot scoot.
Sure. And go back up. Doesn't work.
Actually, it does.
Oh, that
Because if he
one.
claims
Yeah.
that card, right?
Yep.
And take a gold. Now go here, and
you
that's
get all the things.
all the things.
Hold
Including-
on, what am I? Right, do you want the sheriff or 2 bullets?
I'm figuring that out right now.
And there's the other 4 for you.
I could lose the sheriff, so I think I'm going to take the 2 bullets. Thank you.
Okay.
And he's going to get stuck here, but he's going to go here
No!
That, what?
You're taking my donkey
Yes, I am.
or my mule.
And then
Do you want any food?
I'm gonna hold off. Thank you. Thanks for the offer.
him to go up the wagon. Right? And that's 2 gold. There.
Wait, 2 gold? Oh, for the I got you.
Yeah.
Yep. And you didn't, so you chose not to pay the bear.
I have just sat at the bear.
Okay.
All right.
I could pay 3 to move him past it. No, I don't want to do that. So he's
Done?
just going back.
All right, sir.
Back. He's going back.
Okay. Well, this is one of those turns where I'm maybe getting cute, and that could be bad. So that card that had the sheriff on it,
Yeah.
I'm tucking it because I had a sheriff on the other card.
All right. Being like Buffalo Bill in Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, wow, that's quite a reference. All right, I'm going to move down here.
Really?
This guy.
That's family friendly?
Send up
No,
here.
wait, it is.
Just
If you
innuendo.
just move on. If you would just move on.
You're the color of your shirt
Instead of
Good thing the windows are small.
instead of a double boot, I'm taking a gold.
Okay.
And now this guy's really freed up. I don't need him anymore, so he's going to pop back up here. He can go
Okay.
on the path. I'll take the sheriff card.
Which is probably going, that action may dictate what I do, actually, depending. All right.
I'm going to take another bullet.
Okay.
And
now. No.
so now I have to think about this a little bit.
A little bit?
A little bit.
Because what I'd like to do is use up some of these bullets before I fill up with the 6-shooter.
Right?
I got a 2 in 3 chance.
Okay.
What could go wrong?
Oh. Let me challenge fates. Roll it up here for him.
All
so
right,
you need
looking
a 4.
looking for a 3.
Right. Boom.
Okay.
Got it. So you spent 1 bullet.
Spent a bullet, got
And-
an outlaw.
There you go.
Got a gold. Cheers, sheriff.
All right.
Okay, now I spend a resource. I'll spend a stone
Yep.
to go ahead and get a full
There you
full
go.
holster. Go here.
Wasted.
What's that?
Wasted.
Yeah, too bad.
Yeah.
And now, boy, I mean, this one is not bad, but if I do it, then I can't take this action. So I'm going to skip it. And I'm going to go up here. I'm going to...
Not on purpose we're playing nice. We're just focused on what it is that we're doing, and we're less about... We're about maximizing ourselves instead of screwing each other. I
Yeah,
think is a
and
good way.
interestingly, I guess there are some ways to really hose other people in this game, but I haven't been thinking about it carefully.
Yeah, I'm worried
Yeah.
about trying to maximize me
So I'm going to bump up to number 2.
here.
No, on the food track, actually.
All right, he takes the mule.
I will
Jess.
take the mule. You guys ever seen a
Why?
mule shoot an outlaw before?
You're about to.
You're about to.
That's one talented ass mule.
So mule's going to go here, and now I need to think: do I want to spend a couple of these for other purposes?
And do I want a food to piggyback?
I think the answer is yes. I'm going to grab some stone. I don't know what's coming, but I know that this track needs stone. And I don't know if we talked about this in the open or
not.
not, but
I am. I
the
am gonna
very
take a
top
food.
space on these
This
tracks
is for food?
Yeah.
is locked.
Yeah, only
so
one
that only
person
one
can
person
reach
can
the
occupy
top.
it.
That's
So
true.
it's part of my
Yep.
part of my plan is to get to
want
the
a
number 5
food.
space in that
Wanted a
in that
different
spot.
one,
So so now that I've traded a couple of gold for a couple of stone, which seems like a sucker play, but
And now,
we'll see.
watch this.
Mule shooting time, or
So you
shooting mule time.
right.
Yeah.
So you need a 3 or higher.
I need a 3 or higher. Got 6 bullets. All right.
Ah. All right. Claim it.
So that comes out.
And there we go.
Get another gold.
Which this one now flips up. Rifle. And
Oh, that makes me sick. If I'd figured out how to do that in a different order, there probably wasn't a way, but I would love to be able to pop over and claim that card.
Right.
But no dice.
you're done?
Yeah, done.
Okay.
That's
All right.
it.
So here we go. because he took the well, hold on. Do I need the sheriff? I mean, it gets me a gold, right?
And it makes it easier to shoot.
It does, but if I'm going to try and advance anyway,
Yeah.
it probably doesn't
Probably
matter.
doesn't matter. That's a good point. Curious whether that last card's at 1.
I'm debating on what to do here. I don't think it matters on that, right?
I don't think so.
So if it doesn't matter, I might as well take the sheriff. It's either double sheriff or no sheriff, so is what it is, right? So I will go ahead and come down here and man the double boot, the boot to double boot, and he will go and he will double boot to there, boot scoot it. Then I will claim 1 stone. I will become sheriff.
Fine.
Thank you, sir. And he's made it to the end. At that point, he's going to hold off. I will get 2 wood there. Then for 1 resource, I will... Right. I do need that, don't I? I will spend 2 resources, actually. Which I will spend a food and a wood to take this tile, which means that one comes off.
Yep.
What else do we have? Food to double food. Okay. All right. Then sheriff skip, and then there for 2 resources for a shovel. And we're going to claim a card. Yeah, we are. So in a perfect world, I really want to be able to do that. I don't think I can. Nope. So I'm going to spend 2 resources. So it'll be 2 wood to then claim that card. This will come to the top of my deck.
Yeah, that seems like a good one for next time.
Then he'll go, and Deadeye Dick over here will there. 2. I will claim one of them and get a gold.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, that's fine. Here. There. Then he will come up, and I need a 3, or because I'm the sheriff and I've only made it to there, so I need a 3 or higher. Boom,
looks
done.
good.
So that's 1 round expended, and we'll take him. There, and another gold. And that's all she wrote. That's it.
So you didn't advance on a track.
On the what track?
You didn't advance on any tracks that time.
I did not.
I'm watching
I
out
did
for the
not.
follow
Yeah.
action.
Same,
'cause
I was
Right,
too.
I did
Now
not.
that
I was
now that I
waiting for him
can't
to.
trap anymore,
And I did.
So I have 2, so I have to shuffle.
get your hands off my mule, Jess. That is unacceptable. God dang it! I need that stupid mule.
Oh, shoot. Oh, boy. Mountains down.
Sure.
Cut.
Oh, I can put a guy down here so that I can get things.
Okay.
Oh, you know what?
And
I can
3.
do.
Okay. Whoa. Wow.
Move you back.
What have we...
I can't. All of this is bad. Keys down here. I get a gold. That'd be great, except.
Okay.
I could use that for it. But I can't. And you don't get change on boots, so it'd be wasting a boot completely. Just to get a gold. Do I want to?
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So
Oh, trust me, Joshua, if we did boats and banjos, you would have heard that.
Oh,
You
yeah.
got a pretty mouse.
I'll take the mule.
Are you sure? Mm-hmm. Okay. Hell of a time to not have one of the campfire tracks.
Yeah, I know.
Spend. What do I want to spend? Oh, no, I can do that. And that. The shark will give me another gold, and I have the mule, so I might.
You know what? Maybe I do this.
Actually want to do that. Because I need that.
Yes. Final answer. Got it. All right.
Oh, either way, it doesn't matter. Okay, yeah, I'm spending a gold. Let me claim this. So you get.
A double boot,
Thanks.
And
and both of these flip.
not wicked what I want.
Those look meh.
Well, they're outlaw killing.
And they do have sheriffs on them, I suppose.
If they're up top, right?
Yep.
Big if.
All right.
Well, but we're at a point now where the shovels actually don't matter as much. Like, I got all my cabins.
Sure.
Not that
What
many
do you need?
cards out.
Oh. Wait, you got the sheriff and the mule all in one turn.
It's a
And I'm
fancy
going to get the
play.
mule again. It's really not. It's very poor planning, but it is what it is. So this one's going to go... Oh, I needed one more meat. That's annoying. But that's what you get. I'm not going to worry about that. So do I want to move up? Sure. I'll get the gold and move up that since I don't need the
Which track is it?
this one,
Milestone track.
Okay.
Yeah.
and that gives me a gold.
I will follow on that and
And-
take a stone.
Yeah, I
These
will.
guys.
I will as well. So he'll
Before
go
I do
there, get a
that,
stone.
I'm going to use a 2 boot and one of each resource to
To
move that.
mosey on up the trail.
Yeah.
Okay.
What is going on here? There.
Sheriff Bullwinkle.
And that was this. I didn't pay this. That was the payment for that.
Okay.
And now,
Come on, you got to make him shoot. I mean, it's more entertaining that way. So you're the sheriff, and so you need anything but a 1. There's 1 bullet.
jinx me. It's going to be all ones.
There you go. And outlaw. There. This flips. And now if you're the sheriff and you're at least here, it's an auto win, but we will make you roll.
Fair.
Okay?
Not paying to reload, so that stays there.
Okay.
All right, done? All right. Ken?
Here we go. Okay. If I got to choose between these 2 tracks, because I don't have a mule, Jess, I'm
Glad I could help.
going to go ahead and load up this guy in the old green cabin. I'm going to go here.
Yep,
So they're all
gives
active,
all of them,
right?
right, yeah.
Take a single boot.
Boot to
I
the
am-
head.
Those are the same card. Oh. Ho, 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 ho.
Oh, good call, because we're at the bottom. You're right. Good call.
Hello.
So there is all the mountain cards. You've
That
got
looks
to
a
see
little
them.
better. I'll take that one instead. I'm going to
You're
walk
gonna
under
move
that one. Yep.
Technically mosey.
I'm going to, yeah. I'm going to go there, get
Double
2
wood.
wood instead of 1. And then I'm going to stop that guy.
Thank you, Christopher. Good timing. He Christopher on the ball. He
Walk up
reminded
here.
us.
2 stone. Dig.
Dig
yeah,
it.
definitely going to drop a single stone there and grab that card.
And your dude, your
And my
frontiers person.
dude will return. Question is, yeah, we'll put that on top of the deck. That
It's just an add-on to the module, Joshua, to where you could draw a 4th card to where you had some advanced planning, Honestly, I'm good with this. I don't feel the need for that.
I mean, I could see how it would make you more efficient, but it would also make your planning take a lot longer.
Yeah, I prefer this. This is the way the designers intended. I'm good
Yeah.
with this. So
Yeah, I mean, I would be interested to try it that way one time just to
Sure.
see, but okay. So now that I've done that, I'm gonna move here, get 2 wood.
draw 4, discard 1, play 3.
I'm not-
Yeah, there you go. Right.
I'm not in love with either of these cards enough to take the dig action again, so I'm gonna hop over that.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and use 2 to shoot an outlaw.
Bing.
And then I'm gonna get 2 bullets.
Smart.
So I don't waste a
Good,
bullet.
efficient.
Then I'll walk to whichever one of those you guys are inevitably not going to take. We'll go with this one. They're exactly
Which
the same.
one?
They're exactly the same, so it doesn't matter. And then I'll take 1 food. Then I'll come here. Then I'll come here.
Jess, do you want a
2
stone?
stone,
And
1
you made it
wood.
to the top. That's locked
Lock
up
that
for
baby
you.
down.
Well done. Well done.
Locked up for you. That means we can't go in
Right.
there?
See
You can
the
go to the
locks
4th
right
one,
there.
but you
We
can't
can
go to
go
the
as
5th
high
one.
as that. That's it.
Okay.
You're done?
I'm done.
And did you want to...
Sure.
Okay, a stone?
Yeah. Which guy am I going to use?
Okay, when you figure that out. And for me... So whenever I play a game like Fallout or any kind of role... I somehow did that wrong. What am I doing? Oh, there. I tend to play snipers, death from afar. So this kind of thematically makes sense. All right, so... Right. So this guy is going to come down here and turn single boots into double boots. This guy is going to go single boot to double boot. Double boot there. It's going to be 1 resource. Hold on. I need wood. How did I screw this up? A moment. Nope, doesn't matter. Okay. That's unfortunate. I totally missed that. So, hold on. Is there a way? I don't think there is. There is there. So check that. He's not going to go there. He's going to get 2 stone. There. He's going to go there for single boot. I'm going to go there. Then I'm going to dig for 1 stone. I'll take that first one, please. That'll go there.
Now, unless one of us takes damage, this actually doesn't matter anymore.
Right. I will take 2 food. And I will take another food. I'll go ahead and take my 2 bullets now. Then I will dig for 2 food. Hold on. I need 3 stone and 3 food. It's going to be a food and a stone.
Right, because you can
Yep.
always turn a gold into something else after you
And then
mule it up.
I will go ahead and I want to move to there for a stone and 2 food. I will like the mule, please, Jess.
No.
I say please. Thank you. Then these 2 will turn into, that's going to be a wood for sure. And then that will be a stone. Oh, I paid the 2 resources here, but I forgot to take the card. Sorry.
That's right.
And that will go to the top of my deck.
Fair enough.
Then I will move one more. Check that. I will. Yeah, I will. I will move one there. Then I will spend a double. Which is more important? Which is more important? I think yeah, that is. So I'm going to spend a double boot to move there, spending one of each.
Oh.
Then I will go there for a stone. I realize I'm a food short, but because it's comical, I will go ahead and expend 2 bullets. There. One more outlaw will trigger the end condition of the game. He's made it to the end. I am unfortunately a food short. Done. That's it.
You didn't trigger any tracks?
I triggered this for Mule. Oh wait, did I? I did. I don't think I moved that though.
I'll take a food. That's
so. There we go.
Why not?
Cool.
With this guy.
All right, Jess, you're up. This is almost assuredly your penultimate action.
It isn't. She's not shooting anybody.
Well, if you shoot anybody.
Or if you shoot anybody.
No, because I was the first player.
No, I think Jess was the first player.
He can come back.
She was.
All right, I'm going to do this.
So if either of us. So yeah, this is our penultimate turn.
This
yes.
Yeah.
But I can't.
Sadly, I do not have any.
Yep. Thank you, Eric.
Any either.
Oh, well,
Wish I did.
don't get it.
A military sniper.
Oh, well.
I like that.
That happened.
I like that.
Darn.
I am a big fan of that, actually.
Guess I could get in.
Okay, this has got to happen.
Yeah, all right. I'll do that. And he'll be the first one. He has to be. It's so annoying. All right. Did I move that? Yeah, I already moved that. So that's that. So move him. And then get to here, which allows me to use that. And he comes back up. Now we move. And that was 2 food.
There we go.
Oh, I forgot I have to pay for this. And you guys get boots. Maybe I want boots. Nah. So dig, but it costs me a resource. I need these. No. Oh, I'm gonna get all of those resources. So let's just make sure I have what I need. And then this will give me one each. I guess I won't worry about that. All right, so spend that here. Hold that.
Yeah, it's the first game we've seen where the entire mountain got cleared.
So when I played my practice game, we cleared the whole thing too.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
This one almost has to happen that way though, because of the way
Necessary.
the
This
outlaws
one's
come
gonna
out.
go
I think it like
It's pretty close,
it's
right?
yeah.
He's gonna get
All the things.
I can do. What? That was your like?
I guess you're already sheriff, right?
Yes. And that, and then I'm already sheriff, so I'll take back those 2.
Guitar player, she riff.
All right, so that's the one of each. And there's a bunch
All right.
of those. Okay. So now he's gonna go over here.
It doesn't matter at all.
No back.
Anybody want a food?
I guess I can't. I'm not allowed to move both these guys, right? Like I already have a guy on the tracker action. I can't move him.
Correct,
down to
you
do it too,
cannot.
right? Yeah, I already took one for the last
So
time.
he's gonna be stuck, which is fine.
I will.
Because he's gonna go up, I think. Okay, I'm gonna spend this.
And I will
one of
actually
each.
move him there and take a food.
That. And then, what do I want to do up there? Move up another track. Ooh, if I got boots. Well, I have boots. I think, so that's only 3. Oh, I need one thing. Nope. I'm one short. That's terrible.
Oh, because
Okay.
oh, I
This guy can
see.
move up.
Yep.
What?
I see what you're saying.
But
you
I'm
could
one
you could
short.
move up, but you're yeah.
Right.
I can't. Because I have the boots, but I'm missing one thing.
Well, as long as you still have the mule.
No. What does that do for me?
Well, next turn. You can do it. Because you have one turn left.
Is that better than moving up one more, though? I already have the mule, so I don't want to move up for the, so it would, because I can move up for any if I do that,
Yep.
or I can move up for that.
Rayner says
basically
that
the
should be a
same.
focus of all of us.
Oh, I'm thinking about it.
Oh, same here.
I know, but do I forego or just hope that I get enough next time?
It's going to kind of
And
depend a
will I
little bit
have my
on
mule? I have no
what
idea.
cards
Right.
come out here.
It's a
Yeah.
focus, but I don't know that I'm going to have the mule. I'm not, so I'm giving up points for a wish and a prayer. That doesn't seem like a good idea. It all comes down to the cards. All
I mean, if
right.
that gold wagon wheel comes up,
Yeah.
I'm all set.
Yeah.
If it
And
does not
I
come
have a
up-
chance.
Yeah.
I know it's somewhere in here.
Right.
I just don't know where.
A little
So-
bit less than a 50% chance.
I have far less. I have a 33% chance that it comes up, and
Well,
I
you-
am not going to plan on that.
yeah.
I mean, I'll get, hopefully
Right.
for you. All right, so I'm going to spend that. Move him up here, and I think I'll move up this one.
Okay, so you take the mule, but it doesn't move.
Oh, well, yeah, if I move
It's
it
a
that way,
mule
yeah.
point.
I already have the mule, so I'll do that.
Double
It doesn't
double
really
boots.
matter.
Double
Yeah.
boots.
And do you want a wood? You
Can't
can't.
do it.
Okay, all right.
Or I could get gold. Yeah, I'm going to do the gold.
Done?
No, stop yelling at me. I'm going to do this one. There. At least I got one of them back. All right, all done.
All right, Ken, penultimate turn.
All right, so you're feeling pretty good about knocking out an outlaw on your turn, huh?
I feel really confident about that ability.
All right, here's what we got. This guy's going to go down to the cabin.
It's killing me. Hold on.
Sorry, man.
There you go.
Yeah. Going to go down to the cabin.
Cabin in the woods
This guy's going to go up here. Boot. Nothing.
to the head. Okay.
Yeah. Stone. Gold. 2 wood.
Yep.
Now this guy comes out, 2 more wood. All the wood in the world. Skipping that, because what could I possibly do with it? Also skipping that, and also skipping that.
Okay.
Not great, but I'll live with it. I'm going to go ahead while I'm thinking about it, and so I don't forget, and spend 1 of each and a double boot to take care of that issue.
I assume that's what it was,
Yep.
right? Yep.
And then 2 wood and a stone is 1 bump up on that track.
Which one? I missed
It's
it.
the brown track.
Okay.
And 1 wood and 2 bullets is another step up on that track.
Same
and
track?
another, Yep, and another double boot.
Jess, if you want a wood, you can do so.
I'm out. So
Double boot.
Double boot.
And you're done?
That's all she wrote. Hoping for
Okay.
a big turn next turn.
It was a wood.
It was. So he's going to go there, so I can avoid the bear and get a double boot. So we will go ahead and take 1 of everything, and I'm going to become sheriff, so I will take 2 rounds in the chamber for there. So it's going to be a wood, a stone, a wood, or boop, 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 and boop. And again, we will go ahead and do that, which gets us a double boot. Then I will get 2 wood Excuse me.
Sorry.
There. Okay, so now let's figure this out. If we go there, I don't want to claim a cabin. I cannot, in fact. I can't claim a card either. So we're going to just skip that, it looks like. Then we will spend there to go up one track. That will be one of each. There, there, and there, which will go here, which will give me the mule.
Why? You don't even need him. That's
There.
my game. I'm done.
Oh, you
And-
can't get it back this turn?
Nope.
That's a bummer for you.
And then he will go there, which will give me that's useless. That's a gold. Sheriff, please. That's useless. That's a stone. Then I will, before I forget, a double boot and one of each to advance to there.
Wise.
Then I don't know what I'm going to get. So let's see, I need a stone and 2 wood. So I'm going to turn those 2 into 2 wood. I am not. That's going to be a wood and a food. So that gives me half, so I need 1 more food next turn if I do nothing. If I choose not to go there, we'll have the mule come up and shoot on the sheriff. It's an auto win. There
You
we
got
go. Boom. That will trigger the endgame condition, which means we get 1 more turn each. This will come down. And there we go.
So you do still have to
Those
roll at least
5
a
go
2
there.
if you're not the sheriff.
Now, before Jess goes, the question is, that's going to be worth 3 or 4 points if I go up there. But getting there would be far more points.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to forego that, even though I can, because I don't know what I'm going to draw.
Going there is at least 8. It's 8. It's 13 points.
Yeah, it's not worth it. So
Yeah.
he will come back and these
Maybe
will
you'll get to do it
reset.
next time.
I guess Jess is taking her turn before I even do anything. I'm sorry you're
It's
upset.
fine. I'm not upset. All good. And
There we go.
nope. And nope. And nope. And there. Why are these here? Do you still?
Yeah,
You can claim
there's
them.
5 more that you could kill.
As well.
Yep. They're wanted dead or alive according to that last card.
Right.
And I can move up on track. That's double food. You guys can get wood if you want.
Do I want wood?
That's the only track you moved up. Oh, what track did you move up on? You didn't move up on a
Oh.
track.
I
you
did
climbed
not.
either.
Automatic, right?
No, I
you
took the
guys-
food track.
All right, I'll take a food. Actually, I'm gonna.
Okay. For
sorry,
piggybacking on me,
yeah, I'm
you're good.
sorry to.
Yep.
Sorry to jump in there late, but I think I'm gonna do.
Jess, you're
that
done?
one.
Yep.
That was a fast turn, Jess.
It was. All right.
Impressive. All right, this is it
Hey,
for
Kabuki.
me.
I did not
So-
draw what I needed, by the way. But
Oh, I'm
it'll work out.
Really sorry to hear that.
I don't
Amber.
think you are.
I am broken up about it. I'm gonna man the old bear trick. Go up here.
I still has not
It's
learned.
magic. Okay, so everything, including the sheriff's badge, please.
There you go.
So sheriff, food, stone, gold, wood, all those things. Bear turns into 2 boots. May I have 2 boots, please?
You can.
2 stone. Free. I can't do this anyway, so as much as I'd like the mule just for the hay of it. Ooh. I shouldn't look and see if you can get the mule.
I can, just FYI,
Yeah.
I can.
Yeah, I mean, that's something to think about. If,
Yes.
at the expert play level in this game,
Right.
It says not to pre-do this because
Right.
you want to do it right before your turn. Right, yep.
I don't need bullets for anything. Okay. So I'm not gonna worry about, this is gonna end up going there. So this guy will go here, wasted. Gold. 2 bullets. Wasted. Food. Oh, before I forget. 2,
Go.
2, 2, 2. And then that guy's going to go there for 1, 1, and 1. We'll go up on the brown track.
You are blue.
Yep. Which will get me another boot.
That's a wood.
Do you guys like wood?
I'm debating.
I hear wood's good. And
There's
then
no more
this
turns for
guy
me,
is
right?
going to go up here. He's going to spend 1 bullet. Would you like me to roll a die?
No,
All
you're
right.
good.
So that's my turn. That's my turn. Did you take a wood or not?
I can't see a reason why I wouldn't.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
there, and we'll take the wood. There we go. Okay, so
pew pew.
So he'll come down and he will man the double boot
Equals gold.
equals a gold. Now, do those count?
I mean, it's indifferent, right? Because they're both a point at the end.
Oh, it is.
Oh, because the mule.
Right.
I don't know. That's a good
So,
question.
Rainer, there's a good question. Will that, you know what? It might be answered in the rule book. Can I, because that's going to dictate where he can go.
I would guess, because it doesn't show the token.
You cannot spare a pair of boot token to gain gold. It specifically says that.
There you go.
Well, I wish it could. So there we go.
Yep.
All right. So this guy is going to go and get 1 food.
Sounds like a good idea.
I'll take the sheriff. Hey, it's 3 points.
Sucker.
Then this is actually a double boot, which will move that. That's going to be 2, 2, and
Yep.
2. Then I will take a food, and he makes it to the end. Then
Golf clap.
he'll come up.
Double boot? No, not anymore.
No, single boot, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. 2 wood.
Oh, that matters.
It does. Doesn't matter. Goes there. The mule is going to shoot
Because why
1.
not?
It doesn't matter. Because, again, I'm
Grab
using.
yourself a varmint.
There we go. Then I will go there, which is 2 wood and a food.
And a double boot.
And that will
And one
go.
bump here.
Yep. There. And I get a double boot. And unfortunately, I can't get that one.
Yeah, I'm broken up about it.
I know. I have the bullets, but I'm short 1 food. That's what that gold was going, or the double boot was going
Yeah.
to be. But alas, that is it. We have reached the end of the game. All right. So in-game scoring. Here we go. So now everybody grab your cards. And your Tableau can move. There we go. Because everybody filled all of their cabins, so nobody's going to lose points. Everybody flipped all those. Nobody's going to lose points. We're going to separate stars from cowboy hats. Your cowboy hats can go away. So per your, there we go. I have a total of 6, for instance, and those 6 will get me 20 points.
20 points.
Jess?
5.
That's 15 for you.
4 equals 10.
All right, there we go. So everybody remember your own score. So there's that. Then multiply the, you know what? This is, let me have that pen. All right, so we have Jess, we have Ken, and Edward. All right, so the first thing, I have...
15, 10, 20.
Hold on, 15, 10, 20. Got it. All right. Then multiply your homestead markers. So we'll go left to right. So here, since I'm on top here, sure. So 4, that's 12, and 16 is 28, and 2 is 36 total for me. So we'll take those off. Jess?
9, 18, and 12, so 30.
30 for Jess. Ken?
It's 44.
Wow. 44 for Ken. Then any gold left over, you get a point. It looks like 7 for Ken. Jess?
3.
0 for me. That's not good. Point for every pair of boots. I got 5. Ken?
7.
Jeez. Jess?
3.
Nobody's losing any points for any face down or 3 victory point ones.
Edward.
So that's going to be good. And then the modules. So 4 times 6 is 24 for me. Ken?
20.
And Jess?
12.
All right. So then we'll go and move it over here so you guys can kind of see.
Oh, you have an extra gold
Do I?
for taking out the outlaw.
Oh,
'cause
because
you're
I was the sheriff,
You're
right?
also
So
gonna
that, hey,
You're
that's
also gonna
1
get-
point.
You're going to get 3 points for being sheriff at the end.
Oh, and 3 for that. There we go. So, Jess, you're looking at 45, 57, 60, 63 for Jess. Ken is 54, 74, 88. Leader in the clubhouse.
Not enough.
I'm looking at 56, 57, 57, and 5 is 62. 62 and 27 is...
90.
No, 62 and
Oh,
27, 89.
That sheriff card made a difference.
Boy, did it.
Yeah.
There was the difference. So that was pretty
What's
close.
the tiebreaker? If Edward didn't have an extra goal, what's the
It would be
tiebreaker?
resources, including gold, I believe.
Okay.
So you would have won. Wow.
It's super close.
Yep.
Wow. Sheriff card. There we go. Thank you, Ian, and everybody else. Hey, Vince, what's up? All right, so Sierra West, there you go.
Yeah.
Now, the only reason that took as long as it did, honestly, is we're walking through and telling you guys everything as we go. Plus, we emptied the entire mountain, which does not happen in every module. Rainer, earlier in chat, went ahead and talked about the different modules. Let me see the rule book.
Yeah.
So I was going to show you guys this instead of running through and getting the components out and everything else. So what I will do instead is show you guys this. So right here, this is the Apple Hill extra stuff. This is the Boats and Banjos stuff. This is the Gold Rush along with that. And there you go, Outlaws and Outposts. That's everything for that. So you do the setup, whatever it says, and the setup is a little bit different for each one. I'll show you guys this as well.
I mean, it's really simple what the difference is too, right?
They really are. Yeah,
Right.
they really are. So setup. So for the Apple Hill, everything's in green, little notes in the blue, and then the difference in setup. So Apple Hill is already in there since that's the basic. Or
You
what
can kind of see like the different locations of the special cars and stuff.
There you go.
Yeah.
Right. That's it. So it's really not that hard and not a huge stuff.
Yeah. So
for the differences.
what do we have here? So yeah. So Apple Hill, you have apples,
Right.
orchards that are in the mountain that are
And
going
you
to
get
give
an
you
extra,
special
you get
you
an
get an extra
extra board.
homestead board with other stuff.
for
Yep.
going up for tracking that. Boats and Banjos, boats get to go
Right,
down
for
a river.
fishing.
It's like an extra wagon track, basically.
And you can collect fish and turn those in for special
resources and
things.
stuff. Yep.
Gold Rush, just like it sounds, you're mining, getting different cards for that, and then the Outlaws and Outposts.
There you go.
We
So-
played.
All right, so that is Sierra West. Again, 15% off if you pre-order it between now and July 1st on the website, and you're going to Gen Con and picking it up there from Board and Dice. So, Rainer, thanks a lot for the support. Thanks for the hanging out with us tonight, as well as everybody else. Yeah, I enjoyed that. That was fun.
Yeah.
So hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and this helped you guys make a decision on whether or not it's a good mix for or a good game for you and your game group. Be back tomorrow at 3:30 Eastern with Joe Huber and his game Caravan. I'm looking forward to seeing Joe.
Me too.
He's just coming back from overseas, so he'll be here in time. Stream may start a little late if traffic, so there's that.
Okay.
But it should be a good time. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
So I'm Edward.
Jess.
Ken?
All right, you guys have a wonderful evening. We'll see you all tomorrow. Take care, everybody. Bye. 1 point. 1 point.
Well
That is nuts.
Tell you what, I actually like this a lot better this time.
Okay, good. I'm glad to hear that.
I think playing an extra time.
Benefits.
Yeah.
Yeah, after the first play.
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad to hear
I felt
it.
like I was just sort of like pulling levers the first
Right.
time. I felt like I actually kind of knew what I was doing this time. So.
Cool. Good stuff.